won't have picked up.
Holy shit, we're live.
There we go.
Wow.
Woo!
It's almost like I had to say that twice or something.
Yeah. It happens to me all the time where, like, I speak, but, like, the first, even when it says, like, it says 1 second, that's still not truly started. So I'll just stare at it. I'll just stare menacingly into the camera for the first couple seconds and be like, hello.
What's going on? Where are we? What's happening?
We're at Devil's Backbone Camp out in the heartland of Virginia. Hello to our VOD viewers, by the way, because right now there's only 2 people live, but eventually thousands will see this video. So that's who I always speak to in the early part, is the people
The
who...
VOD viewers.
I mean, there's overwhelmingly more VOD viewers. Even at the height, these might have 60 live viewers, but the VOD will have thousands of views. So
Sure.
ultimately, there's way more of you VOD viewers than there is live viewers. Good day, friends, says J Tiger
And a good day to you.
787 in the chat.
Something I did
is
learn
here.
about this place. I think you'd have to specifically request a campground that accommodates it, but apparently you're allowed to have 4 different cars per site.
Oh damn!
So like ours couldn't really accommodate that,
but the one over
the one
there-
right next to us could, and the one next to that could.
Oh yeah.
So
I wonder
yeah,
if they
yeah.
base which one you get.
Well, I don't know. Even on it, like if you really squeezed in, I feel like you could fit 4 cars here.
Daydrunk asks Ellen. Oh yes. What's good about Film Crit Hulk?
Nothing?
You'd have to give me some money for me to rant about Film Crit Hulk. 'cause
I don't know
take-
who he is, so I said nothing. Sorry, my bad. Is there stuff good about him?
He's one of my biggest influences.
Okay, my bad.
so-
Everything.
Yeah. That would be very much a rant. But yeah, to talk to my friend Ellen here, who asked, Daydrunk. Not that you're not my friend Dash and Scan, you're cool.
It's just that Ellen didn't ask a question that requires more than a 10-second answer.
It's true.
I love when people try to get free rants from you.
It's true. Well, it's been my strategy lately. It's how I start the super chats coming in at each show, is that eventually someone asks me something that I'm like, if you pay me, I'll rant about that. And a lot of the times they do. So that's usually what starts generating the super chats. But yeah, we're day drinking out here at Devil's Backbone Brewery.
No. We are at Devil's Backbone Camp. Next to us is Devil's Backbone
Yeah, let me
Base
turn
Camp
the-
Brew Pub.
So here's where we are. This is the first person perspective of my view. And there's our
Literally
car.
3 hours ago,
And right
this
over
was
there.
entirely full.
Yeah, this campground was wholly, like, every single table you see, there was a massive amount of tents and people here until 3 hours ago. There's still one person left over there. But that road right there that you see, this pathway, you see how there's that grill there? If you follow that, that leads to basically a place that looks like Disneyland for alcoholics.
No. It's not it doesn't look like that. It's what the bartenders describe it as.
Yeah.
Disneyland for alcoholics would be way bigger.
That's true.
But
I mean,
this
it's
is the
miniature.
closest we got. Like, not even Busch Gardens is Disneyland for alcoholics, and I feel like
No.
that should be.
Busch Gardens is Disneyland for people who like big roller coasters.
Shout out to Virginia.
Yeah, Virginia's sick. Virginia's cool. I'm glad to be back. Honestly, we've been like, I grew up in Virginia Beach and never really had spent much time outside of Virginia Beach, which I've described as a nihilistic suburban void. There's basically nothing there but suburbs as far as the imagination could possibly put. Like, just imagine the biggest suburb, the most incomprehensibly massive suburb you could ever imagine. That is Virginia Beach. It is a suburb that is the size of the entirety of Metro Manila. All 16 cities of the metro, through in like 2 billion people live. Like that same land area, but with only 500,000 people in it. And it's all built out. It's all houses and swamp. But there's a lot of Virginia beyond that, and out here in the mountains, in the Appalachia,
Near Charlottesville.
near Charlottesville, there's a ton of gorgeous stuff. Dash and Scan with $2 says, "What's good about Film Crit Hulk?" Now we're talking. See, now we're cooking with gas. Everybody understands the score. This is an extortion business. You give me money, I rant about things. Maybe that's not extortion.
Check
it's just
out
a
my
sale.
ash.
Is all sale extortion?
Everyone, look at my ash. Check it. See how big that ash is? You could slap that ash.
Slap it.
No,
Can I
don't.
slap
No,
that
not
ash?
really. No, sorry. I
don't want.
This isn't like
this
a.
ash
It's not a
slap.
cute thing I'm doing because it's cool. It's because it is actually supposed to cool the smoke as you hit it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a cigar technique. Also, thank you for the nice blue blockers. I just bought them from Devil's Backbone. I can't tell if they're real pit vipers or just knockoffs, and I don't even know how I feel about them, to be honest with you. All right, Beatrice has to rant.
All right, Film Crit
Someone
Hulk.
gave her money.
What's good about Film Crit Hulk? He has more. Goddamn the wind. He has, I think, more perspective into film screenwriting than almost anybody else who writes about it. The guy's job is literally a script picker. Like, he's a guy who reads hundreds of scripts and picks out the good ones to tell, like, to, pass
Whoa,
on
what
to
do you
other
mean by the
people.
good ones?
Are
Are you saying that some of them are good people?
the scripts?
Hey, scripts are people too.
The yeah, he's like a guy who's read hundreds and hundreds of screenplays, and he's very good at breaking down like why other people fail at film criticism, or like all the points people miss.
Has he reviewed Mahler yet?
I don't think so. I don't know if he's maybe. I don't know, because these days Film Crit Hulk is everything he writes is on Patreon now.
Okay.
So like I think most of it you can read for free, but you have to really be following him to like be updated on his stuff. He used to write for various websites. I think it started as a blog, and then he got hired by websites, and then but he would only ever write like an article every few months, and they're all fucking huge. Every article he writes was like 15,000 to 60,000 words. Like his James Bond article was literally a book, and like he even says he doesn't stand by a lot of it anymore. He's like, yeah, it wasn't as deep as I could have gone, like I think I was wrong about certain things, but because this was like 12 years ago.
Real quick, favorite anime from 60s to 70s. Gonna have to pay for that one.
Yeah, that too, because that would also go.
You guys, you're not slick. You're not cute. You're not funny. You're gonna have to pay money if you want her to actually talk about
It
things.
ain't
Otherwise,
funny
it's
unless
just
you
gonna
got some
be
money.
random
Or you.
rambling. Or me.
You have
oh, God, I
opinions
guess
about.
you
You
could.
have a favorite 60s and 70s anime? I could think of them.
Speed Racer?
Speed Racer
Okay.
from the 60s.
Anyway, no more of this. They should
Yeah,
pay
it's
us
already
money to talk
already
about
too much
this.
information. Anyway,
You confused me by telling me I had a favorite, and I was like, I have a favorite 60s anime. Anyway, yeah, that's a money question. Hey, real quick, just disclaimer for everyone. If your question is going to require more than, let's say, a minute, 2-minute answer, probably going to have to pay for it.
yeah. Thanks for the answer, Bird. Speed Racer is good.
Look, I've had quite a bit to drink. You're going to have to pay for the ones from here on out. Also, that's not an answer from B.
It's true.
I'm not the anime expert.
Anyway, about Film Crit Hulk, just to finish off about him, he some of his articles from early on.
My ash.
The ash fell. He has a lot of articles that, like, to me, changed my perspective on, like, how to write about media. So, for instance, he talked a lot about tangible details. He has this very old article about how people tend to fixate on the tangible details of a story when they're trying to describe what's wrong with it. And the example he was using was how hair color gets brought up all the time in casting, where people will like complain that somebody got cast as a character that doesn't have the same hair color as that character.
Hey, quick question. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, actually, finish your rant. I'll go off on this in a second.
So like, for instance, when Fantastic Four, the first movie, was made, people complained that the actress didn't have the same hair color as Sue Storm. Obviously, you can just dye the fucking hair. What does it matter, right? But like, when that movie failed...
What, she's blonde? Is that what it is? And she wasn't blonde?
Yeah. So like, when that movie bombed...
That's dumb.
People
That's
were...
really dumb.
People felt justified in blaming the casting, and they felt justified in that complaint. But people had the same complaint about Daniel Craig having like blue eyes as James Bond, and everyone loved the movies, so that complaint disappeared. And so he was saying, like people will act like this whole hair color thing matters because they're citing these failures and like blaming these tangible details, but like it's just totally, it's nothing to do with what made those movies good or bad. The actress always is gonna dye her fucking like. To think that the hair color matters at all is just really asinine. And I know that seems obvious to probably most of my audience.
I mean, I think especially at this point, to care about hair color is completely asinine.
Yeah.
Because, like, I mean, I'll be honest. I feel like hair color is one of the things Hollywood gets right most of the time. Everyone, like, sorry, as a really weird tangential example, Teen Titans, the show. Starfire was black. Starfire's not black.
Right.
Still had the red hair.
It's true. Well, it's not.
And I will say, I think that was a great portrayal of Starfire. But I don't care about any of that.
That woman didn't just naturally have orange hair.
No one naturally.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like the complaint was about that the actress doesn't naturally have the hair color.
Oh well, that's what people really dumb. That's so stupid.
No, they weren't complaining that the hair color was wrong in the movie. They were complaining that the actress doesn't naturally have blonde hair, as though those
people are Nazis.
As if this would affect her experience of life in like such a meaningful way that she can't portray a character that she has to fucking dye her hair for. Like it's insane. But that conversation has now continued to race. Like that's where we're at now, is people complaining about characters getting race swapped.
Or sexuality.
It's usually the same exact, like, this is tangible details. This has nothing to do with why the movie is good or bad.
I haven't seen a lot of it, but have you seen, like, people going like, oh, straight people shouldn't play gay actors, or, like...
Yeah.
Eddie Redmayne, he did The Danish Girl. Everyone was really pissed that Eddie Redmayne isn't actually trans.
Right. If there was a trans actor who was, like, who had that cultural cachet and talent that they could hire, they probably would have. Like, there's not a known trans actor. We don't have.
What, you're telling me that Hunter Schafer couldn't have been the Danish Girl?
I mean, I think she would have been too young at the time.
I'm going to be completely honest. Here's the reason why.
Old.
Here's the real reason why I don't think you should get a trans person to play, for example, the Danish Girl.
Yeah.
They'd have to act for a significant amount of the movie as a man.
Right.
And I don't think most trans people post-transition want to do that. I don't know.
I just think that when you're making a movie, you're not thinking about who is the most literally like the character in real life. You're thinking who can play the fucking character.
Who's the best actor for the character?
Yeah, who can play them.
Acting, you're supposed to be playing someone you're not. You're not supposed to be the most similar you possibly. Do you think fucking Anthony Hopkins is a cannibalistic serial killer?
No, exactly, yeah. It would just, it's just
actually,
such weird
in Silence of the Lambs, they should have had that serial killer from Japan who had all his teeth replaced with metal and was released and actually ate people, because then it would have been a lot more faithful to the real book. Fuck
That's
off.
Funny. Ginger erasure is genocide. I mean, MIA made a whole music video about that. Kind of. The music video Born Free, which is awesome, by the way. It's like 9 minutes long. It's basically a short film about a ginger genocide to draw attention to the genocide that's happening, in Sri Lanka, I guess.
Or anywhere.
Yeah,
there's at least 3 going on right now.
Yeah, people were really upset with the video because they were saying it's racist against ginger people. It's like, you're supposed to feel bad about it being racist towards ginger people.
So I have a quick question. Your mom reposted something about Roe v. Wade. It's a little article, and it says, overturning Roe requires another law be passed that ensures men bear equal responsibility for pregnancies. Call it the Personal Responsibility Act. I don't care about any of that. It's what they go into the act that is confusing to me. Using DNA as a verification, paternity for every embryo should be established, and the male responsible obliged by law to support the woman and the child through the child majority, including medical costs, living costs, education, all the costs father normally assumes for his child.
Why in God's name are you reading me this?
I'm getting to that. In addition, the child should have a full share of the father's estate when the father dies. Is that not the case already? Like,
No, because you have to sign a will to even give your stuff to your kids.
Well, no. Sorry, I understand that. That's not the thing I'm thinking of. But like, if you're a guy and you just have a kid, and you get sued for child support, do you not just have to pay child support? Like, my question is, why make another law? What's the point of creating another law for it when these systems do exist and they almost universally fuck men?
You are asking questions I have not even in the field of an answer for. I don't know anything about law or any of these subjects.
Sorry, I guess I'm not so mad about the idea of the law. It's just I'm mad about whenever people want to introduce new laws instead of just like recognizing that we do have a system for this and you could just make it a little better. I don't know. Like, child support exists, I guess is what I'm trying to say. The divorce court and family.
Go pee.
Will you talk about this to the? I don't know what you're talking about anymore.
I feel like divorce court and family court, from my experience, are always heavily weighted towards the mother. And so if you want to get child support, you're going to get it. It doesn't really matter. If you're married, the man doesn't have to sign... Oh, I'm sorry. If you're not married, the man doesn't have to sign the birth certificate. But if you prove paternity, does he not have to pay child support? I guess that's what I'm confused about it. Is like... Yeah, I don't know. You gotta pay child support. Like... I don't get it. I don't get this, I don't get the general, I would say, I think, well, no, it's not even a liberal thing. Just the general approach that a lot of people have of like, well, we just need a new law to make things better. It's like, no, I mean, have you seen how effective every other law is? The answer is, I don't know if you've been paying attention in America, not very. Weed is illegal federally. Everyone, at least one person in every 50 states smokes weed. And I would argue, I don't know, it's just silly. How long can laws stay? How long can we really keep doing this?
Bro. I didn't expect to get bird pilled on this stream.
Laws, man.
I have no my parents are still together. I have no perspective on these things you're talking about.
Well, my parents are divorced, and it was a pretty amicable divorce. I'm sure my dad paid child support because I know he supported us through most of our upbringing. But I guess.
How long do we have laws? Too long.
True. My dog, can you use the interact? My dog can use the interact key IRL. Can yours? What is the interact key?
His dog can use the interact key.
That's what I said.
Probably the alt key, right? Or on the Mac, how they have that like Mac button.
Oh, that. Explain.
That's what I assume you're talking
Explain. Yeah, I don't know. With things like that, or like, let's make a law to make it so criminals can't have guns.
Mm-hmm.
That's already a thing. It's already a law. Criminals can't have guns.
Yeah. You're saying people keep trying to introduce laws that already exist because they have no idea of what the law.
Who knows
actually
what laws
is.
exist? We have thousands of laws on the books that nobody has.
I don't
clue
think
about.
there's even one lawyer who knows all law. Like, I think you have to be like a Supreme Court justice to be at the level of knowing all law.
That is not what Supreme Court justices do.
No, they don't even know all law.
I mean, they know a fair amount of it, but a lot of the Supreme Court cases, they're not specifically aimed on the overarching American legal system, although they can use them. It's more constitution based. Like, if you're taking a trial to the Supreme Court, it has to be rooted in one of the amendments. Otherwise, they won't take it because it's only for constitutional stuff. Like, it's only, you can only go to the highest court in the law for the most sacred breaches of amendments.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, just everything. Like, I think Roe v. Wade was overturned for a 8th Amendment? I don't remember. I'm sorry. I don't know. I used to know a lot more about this stuff. I've since lost a lot of faith in the government and legal system and thought, I don't care that much. Every new law is literally, guys, what if we made crime illegal and New York going?
What if we let them do it
anyway?
anyway?
Hey. LA is part of that too.
Although New York is apparently quite safe now. Like the city itself, New York City, is considered a safe city in America. I don't know how much marketing money they've put into spreading that out there, but even people I know who go to New York insist that it is not dangerous. So, not especially anyways. I wish I had remembered to shave this morning. Ooh. Looking gross. And again, I'm smoking cigars and drinking at 2 in the afternoon.
So I'm guessing with the row thing, the point is that you shouldn't have to pursue the father to get him to pay child support. Which, sure, that's fine.
This is going to be a really interesting video to watch the comments on when we start getting him.
Yeah, I guess. It's just...
Because other people are going to have opinions about this, and I just don't know
Well, and
anything.
I guess I should make this very, very clear. I don't have any hard line opinion. Hello.
Cool. Looks like it. Putting a sign on the thing that says somebody's coming here today.
What is it?
Like giant golf cart or whatever it is. What would you describe that?
ATV. I don't know.
It's like a cross between an ATV and a golf cart. Wait,
anyway.
stand out of the way so she can pass by.
No.
I want to see it when she goes. There you go. That thing.
Anyway, for all of the commenters who will inevitably be mad that I brought up Roe versus Wade, I don't have a hardline stance. I think you should be able to get an abortion. I don't really have any opinions past that.
Dr. Killjoy said, "Keep watching stream or go wake and bake." Why can't you do both?
Yeah, do both, literally.
This is a vertical stream. You're supposed to watch it on your phone.
I was curious. So you got this power brick recently. How good is it? How much?
It's actually really good. It's interesting.
It's not that charged. Though.
No. That's the Jackery's fault, I guess. Oh, actually, maybe I didn't have it plugged in that long.
You didn't.
It charges the phone faster than the battery depletes. So when I have it plugged in, it will drain this before it drains the phone battery.
That's cool. Well, that's ideally how a portable charger works, also.
I had got it because it's so thin that
Bird brought this up because he's bored of anime talk. No, I brought it up just because
it was something my mom
something I
posted
saw.
on Facebook, and he was like, "What is this about? What does this really mean?"
I don't know.
My mom is just extremely pro-abortion, so I don't.
Well, here's the
anything she sees that is
So here's the other
pro-abortion
thing.
content, she is going to repost. I
My
think.
grandma's also really pro-abortion to the point of like.
I'm also pro-abortion.
Me too, but I'm not talking about like you or I pro-abortion of like get an abortion, whatever. That's for me. It's like that's your business. I don't really want to know. If it's not that I don't want to know, it's just that like why do I need to know if someone is having an abortion? I would assume the person having it wouldn't want me to know, or they're really proud of it and they do, and that's up to them to tell me. But I just
really proud of their abortion. That's some Shintaro Kago shit.
we just I think have a tendency to want to share too much of our lives as Americans. And I mean, we're huge examples of this, but even us, I don't think we share a majority of the shit we do.
I don't so much want to as I know it's a good way to make money.
Well, there's that. I don't mind sharing this part of our lives. I think this is really cool, and more people should be doing it.
Yeah.
So if people see this and think, oh, that's cool.
Minus the cigars, baby. You don't need to
whatever.
smoke the
Don't
cigars.
smoke cigars.
Or drink gin. Or
For
wear.
As far as they know, this
baked Alaska sunglasses.
not baked Alaska sun. That was 4 years ago.
I'm just joking.
I don't even know if he still wears them. He might still. They're not even. I don't know. They could be made by Pit Viper, but they're not even Pit Vipers. It says Devil's Backbone and DB. I don't know.
Yeah, these random streams would fuck up the algorithm if they were on the Rewatch Anime channel. And besides that, it's an anime channel, and this is not anime content at all. This is basically shit posting live slash e-begging. You know?
Slash.
I mean, I always give people something for their money, but I also have to constantly remind people that I'm in it for the money. Especially when I'm doing a stream with you, because I don't need the attention from the internet.
Wow.
I can just be hanging out
That's so
with
sweet
you.
of you. Oh, hang on. Let me get the bottle of gin so I can talk about how awesome.
Happy Mother's Day, says Gary always. Well, I don't have any children, so nothing really to be happy about, except for my mom. My mom's cool.
So, I bought this yesterday. It is, they have a regular gin as well that's not brown like this. This is barrel-aged gin, something I had never heard of, seen at all before. And the woman at the distillery shop explained to me that this was created after they made a bunch of gin. They didn't have a place to put it. They put it in barrels. It was supposed to be there for a week, and then, oops, it's been a year. Must be nice to forget about that amount of liquor. You know, like multiple barrels. But anyway, so they took it out of the barrel. They went, oh shit, we fucked up. They tried it, and then they added hibiscus flower to it. And to be completely honest, like, it almost tastes like a liqueur, like sweet, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's got a very sweet taste to it, but it's full strength gin. It's, I want to say 46, yeah, 46%. It's awesome. It's one of the only gins I've ever tasted, and I was like, yeah, this doesn't need anything added to it. It's got all the flavors, you know?
Two Ducky said, won't the stream get demonetized?
For what?
Probably, but, cause most of them do, but it doesn't really matter, because the streams will get like 2,000 views, which is worth like $2, which we've already made that in Super Chats. I don't think they have a way to turn off you getting Super Chats.
They do.
But wouldn't that just be like shutting your YouTube channel down?
No, there's a way to turn off Super Chats. I just don't think, I don't know, you just get Streamlabs at that point.
Yeah, well, I mean, if they demonetize the channel, but that's different from demonetizing the video. Like, video getting blocked for monetization just means I can't run ads on it, because advertisers don't want their money to be associated with whatever we're doing. But you, dear viewer, might want to associate yourself with whatever we're doing, monetarily. Eventually said, been catching up on watching the stream VODs, got inspired to check out the Kendrick versus Drake songs, and now I can't get BBL Drizzy out of my head. I've woken up with it every day.
Literally only heard the hook to BBL Drizzy
That's
for
all there is.
a second. Yeah, I know, but I heard a second of the woman going, BBL Drizzy. I've actively tried to not listen to it.
So I haven't told you about this song, but it's the original song. It's a man's voice, but it's an AI song.
Ain't no children know who you are? What are you talking about? What does that comment mean?
I mean, good, I guess.
Yeah, no, that is a good
Did
thing.
we say something about? Oh, maybe he's just saying because the video would get demonetized, like, you know.
I'm gonna be. YouTube doesn't care if
Yeah.
children are watching the video.
Well,
or
all of
not.
my videos are marked as not for children. You have to mark that when you make a video, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't remember who it was, but someone did talk about this. You can lie pretty effectively on those. You shouldn't, and I don't recommend it. But YouTube doesn't actively check.
Right.
YouTube's way too big to actively
Well, I think it's
check
pretty
that.
clear that none of our videos are for children.
Yeah. Sorry, that was just a really weird, out of left field. Like, ain't no children know who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, they shouldn't. What are you
Yeah,
talking
I
about?
hope not.
It. Sometimes your commenters are just like so out of left field
Yeah.
and just
Well, sometimes they're responding to something we said a few seconds ago, and it's kind of hard for us to, like, put together. Like, maybe
because we
it
both
would've
have
made
such
more
high
sense.
levels of ADHD.
Yes, and alcohol inside of our bodies. You're drinking just gin. Look, like this bottle, I know there was significantly more gin in this like 20 minutes ago.
No, No, this is the first gin I've had since we got back.
Oh, well then 2 hours ago.
This morning, we started about here.
Yeah, and I haven't had
Now
any,
it's there.
So
Look,
that's a lot of gin.
it's not camping if you're not drinking.
It's true. Especially not camping at a brewery / distillery /
Well, so, and even beside
cigar lounge.
this is one of the better campgrounds we've ever been to. Period.
It's really nice.
It's not that it's owned by a brewery. It's not anything like that. But the location and everything is perfect. I mean, I think my biggest complaint would be the sites are a little close together. But because 18 plus
Real quick, Mr. Moon the Moon Goon said they want to know children, though, while we were saying that we did
Can
not
you
want to know
please
children, so that guy's
ban
getting
him?
banned.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, that guy's got problems. You should seek psychiatric help, Mr. Moon the Goon. I hit him right before his new comment came, or like right as his next comment was coming in, so I couldn't read it. So I don't know what else he was gonna say. But
Sorry,
fuck that
Yig,
guy.
I don't associate with anything. I have such a flawed character. The only thing I've ever stood tall on is the op's neck. I mean,
Well, that's a good
it sounds
place to
like you would
stand.
also stand on business.
Yeah.
I can't drink pure gin. It's too bitter. You are drinking bad gin.
This is like it's. I don't know if it would be considered pure because it has other stuff.
Well, no, all
And it-
gin has other stuff in it.
Here.
Here, let me grab the other
Back
bottle.
end will tell you what is the story of the gin.
really tell you.
Oh, never mind then. 100% grain neutral spirit.
Real quick,
Hibiscus flower and barrel aged.
real quick, chat. Before I show you the bottle, does anyone know what this green netting is for?
Yes,
Like,
to make them not clink together.
oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense. Oh, that's really cool. No,
Are you
sorry.
surprised you never thought of that?
No, I had only ever seen it here.
Oh, there's a lot of alcohol places will do that if they're giving you 2 bottles.
You
of the same
cannot
bag.
spell Virginia without our award-winning, internationally recognized gin. You cannot
Oh,
spell Virginia
I see,
without
yeah.
our gin. That's
Their
adorable.
gin specifically.
Classic botanicals plus a lively addition of cardamom and lemongrass pair approachable familiarity with distinguished singularity.
I agree with both of these Dickington posts. Gin just tastes like trees, and gin tastes like Pacific Northwest smells.
These are
of those
both correct.
Absolutely
So actually,
true.
it's really funny. When I was buying these, I was in the distillery shop looking at the gins and asking like, "Oh my god, is it barrel-aged gin? I've never seen this before. What's the deal?" And the woman in the store just like went on about the gin. And I was like, "Oh, that sounds great." And so
Whoa.
what? Oh,
Whoa.
Ooh. Hi, bud.
Jesus. I hope y'all can see that fucking massive bee that
Carpenter
just
bee.
stood
So,
between us for a second.
Carpenter bees, I will say, I recognized it was a
damn.
carpenter bee and not a bumblebee. They're not aggressive typically.
Yeah.
They kind of just hang out.
He just showed up so quickly. It was
yeah.
just there, hanging in the air like that.
But anyway, the gin thing. So the woman was telling me about the gin. I had initially just grabbed this because I thought barrel-aged
Keep
gin.
holding it real close to my face.
So anyway, I grabbed this bottle because barrel-aged gin, that's a novelty. And the woman just kept saying things about their gin, and it's $30 a bottle. It was the cheapest liquor they had. I mean, they had like a $150 bottle of bourbon or something, and I'm not a bourbon guy, aside from I don't want to spend $150 on it. And as she told me, I was like, well, I have to try both of them then. And I bring them up to the counter, and she goes, "Are you a gin guy? Are you like really a gin guy?" And I go, "Yeah, I love gin." And she goes, "Oh, good." Because we have some people come in and go like, "Gin just tastes like pine trees." And I said in response to that, "Yeah, it's supposed to. That's the appeal.
Yeah.
It's supposed to taste like pine trees. It's supposed to taste like peppercorns. It's supposed to taste like all the shit that's in it. Also supposed to taste like rubbing alcohol. Gin is not supposed to be
Getting
fun.
could be a fire precaution, like the weird cap on 151. Interesting.
Weird cap
Never
on
considered
151?
To the guy who said Chris Brown is from Virginia.
Is he?
I didn't know that. That's unfortunate representation. But we also have Pusha T and Missy Elliott and Timbaland,
Pharrell?
Pharrell, all from the 757 down in Hampton Roads. So, you know, that's the representation I prefer us to be known by.
Oh, that's awesome. So it's like a tiny metal cap that stops the flow of
Is there, like, a
oxygen
grinder in
coming.
your pocket? What is this?
No, it's my wallet. Jesus
Oh, it's the
Christ.
PlayStation-shaped wallet. I was just like, what the hell is that?
Jesus fucking Christ. Also, someone said I'm more of a rum guy. I could not disagree with you more. Most of the rums I've had are just disgusting.
Rum is like just drinking a shot of cinnamon and then feeling like you're on fire.
That's spiced rum.
That's
also.
true.
We are not pirates.
Yeah. I started off with rum because my dad would get Kraken. And
The Kraken is
and
disgusting.
tequila.
That is the first rum I ever tried. Your dad likes Kraken? Or
He
liked?
likes, he likes-
Wait,
my
Kraken
dad-
was around when
my
your
used to
dad
drink
drank?
everything. Yeah, Kraken's been around.
You have Christian. That's more important than all of those combined.
Oh yeah, that's true. We do have
Chris,
fucking Chris.
Christine,
And
if you-
Ralph
Christine
and
Chandler.
me.
I don't know what you do for fun, other than draw Sonichu. I assume there's more than that. If you ever want to go camping,
No. Absolutely not. No. Not hanging out with Chris Chan. Not happening.
if you ever want to go to a brewery,
Absolute zero. No. Not ever coming into contact with
come
that person.
on. Imagine how mad it would make Ben.
I don't care. I don't want to meet Chris Chan.
Can I do it?
Ben can meet Chris Chan. That's a curse, not a fucking blessing. He has met Chris Chan.
So has your brother. I mean, not met,
Well, he just
but
saw
seen.
him. He saw him from a distance at a Sheets in Richmond.
Sheets is so Christian.
Is she still in jail? No. Chris Chan is out of jail.
Chris got out after like 3 weeks.
Chris is out of jail and rocking a fucking a like top of the line Apple Watch.
The like super tactical Apple Watch or whatever. The rugged
walking around
one.
threaded
It's like
out.
$1,000. I actually can't believe what happened with Chris Chan. Really? You can't? It's one of the most believable things she's ever done.
I mean, I don't know how anybody. You can't wrap your head around any of the Chris Chan story. Truly, it's beyond the pale of human experience. Truly a creature from another realm. We're all just living in her nightmare. Or wild fantasy. All right. Super chat me something to rant about, people. I need money and subject matter. I need to speak. I can't let Bird keep ranting because it's free content. And he's texting or something now, so.
No, I'm trying to not speak. I think it's bad when we're just sitting on a live stream not saying anything. So,
You have to torture people a little bit. You have to give them, like, you know, the problem you're
let me just
really
send
having is that you're bored. You're bored of being quiet.
let me just send in a $10 super chat so I can keep talking.
People, I mean, you watch Therapy Gecko. That motherfucker just sits there staring absently into the screen, like. You know,
But he
you have
doesn't
the
get
music.
paid for call. I mean, he gets paid for
He
the
sure
show.
is. Do you think that you are so special that you're better than the sound of the birds or the wind or the sight of the trees or the atmosphere of camping that is brought when we sit
Surely you know
silently?
the answer to this question. Surely you know that my answer to this question is yes.
Well,
Are you kidding me?
all right. Tell everybody why you're so special, then. You've got the floor.
Fuck off. I don't need to justify
Forget-
myself to you.
Perfect. Now, bring that money in. That was a great bit. You know we deserved it.
Fucking dork.
What if I was a busker?
You have to get a really expensive license for that.
Oh,
I mean, are you talking about in New York City?
no.
Then you could probably do it. But busking typically refers to doing it in New York City in the subway stations.
You're talking about like playing music, right?
Are you not talking about playing music?
Yeah, like publicly playing music.
B-U-S-Q-U-E. Busk.
I've seen it as B-U-S-K-E-R. And from English people.
Oh, well, maybe. I don't know. The English ruined their language.
That's true. American English is the salvation of English.
I gotta go pee.
But I also have to go pee. Why are his pockets so packed? He's got this big ass PlayStation wallet in his pocket. Damn. I have not usually drank this much by 2:45. I get the feeling we're going to be crashing out early tonight. I also get the feeling we're not driving anywhere. We've already gotten drunk. Lucky is free with $2. Thank you very much. This rant about Akiyuki Shinbo's The Soul Taker. Soul Taker. In 2003, the main way that I was able to watch anime other than Adult Swim was that my cousin Boyd would buy DVDs on his weekly allowance. And usually he would just buy the first volume of something he was interested in based on either the aesthetics, just seeing it in the store, at either Suncoast where it was $30 a DVD, or Best Buy where it was $22. Typically DVDs back then had 3 or 4, maybe 5 episodes. Soul Taker, I think it was 4 discs, 13 episodes, so a breakdown of 4,333. No, 3,334, because I know the first DVD only had 3 episodes, and that's all I had seen for a very long time. Because we would usually just buy the first volumes of different stuff every week because we wanted to try it out, and then usually never ended up continuing, which is why I'm not really used to finishing anime as like a matter of course. But The Soul Taker was one of those where we got it, we watched it one weekend, and I remember it was just so fucking weird and dark and confusing in the way it's presented that I had no idea what was going on, except for that it came with lots of like liner notes, like it had booklets explaining all the powers and like the basics of the story. And my cousin had also explained it to me, he'd like told me what the show was about before we watched it, but like the actual experience of watching it, I felt very little connection between what I had read and what I was actually seeing. And it was just such a fucking trip. I remember thinking parts of it were really cool, like whenever there was action, but mostly just having no idea what was going on. But the opening really stuck with me. The OP is by Jam Project, who I had no idea who they were at the time. I had no idea that, the woman singing in the opening is Rika Matsumoto, the voice actress of Satoshi from Pokemon. I wouldn't have watched Pokemon in Japanese till much later in life, but yeah, like that OP had a lot of impact on me, and singing that opening bit was my version of like, in Zelda when you open the chest and it's like like my version of that is Soul Taker. Such an awesome song, and I ended up watching the rest of the show when I was like 17 and thinking it was pretty good, still very confusing, but I mostly watched it because I found out that it was directed by Akiyuki Shinbo, whom I had become a fan of because of all his Shaft work, particularly Hidamari Sketch and Sayonara Zetsubo Sensei, both of which are favorites of mine. And I got to see Jam Project do that song live on my birthday, on my 16th birthday. So maybe I was 16 when I finished Soul Taker. Because I know I'd probably seen the rest of the show by then. Maybe it was my 17th birthday. It was 2008. Yeah, 17th birthday. August 8, 2008. And it was like a situation where they were they did 2 songs for their closer, so they were asking the audience, like, what should we do as the last song? And I'm just screaming out at top of lung, Soul Taker! And most people are screaming, Moto Moto! They played both. So that was awesome. climax of my youth, that birthday. The last birthday that really mattered, you know? Y'all remember .hack/? Dude, no fucking kidding. Last night, right over there, this campsite next to us, where there's another picnic table, they had a big ass tent set up. And there was like 6 or 7 people, probably in their late 20s, early 30s, set up over there. Like a couple of couples. And last night, like when we first came here, they're playing old-timey radio, and I'm like, this kind of sounds like Fallout radio, which is all Bird's been listening to lately ever since the Fallout show. He got into Fallout, been playing Fallout 4, listening to Fallout radio, and we had been listening to Fallout radio at campground. So I was like, wow, this is like the same atmosphere we would be bringing. And then at some point, one of the girls is like, I gotta play this song. It kind of sounds like The Used, and you know, like back then, and it's like in 9 minutes, and it's like this beautiful story. And she puts on the Light in the Glass by Coheed and Cambria, and I'm like, what the fuck? Somebody just put on an obscure Coheed and Cambria song over there. I am fucking geeking. And then, right after that, they played The World from the .hack sign soundtrack. No fucking shit. Yuki Kajiura, The World, right over there, out of a fucking Bluetooth speaker. I didn't know there were people out here in America listening to the .hack soundtrack. They also listened to, I think, In the Land of Twilight Under the Moon. I was just like, what the fuck? I would have gone over there to say hi or something, but it was like a huge group. They were talking, they were vibing pretty hard, both last night and this morning. So, you know, I wasn't trying to like go over there and intrude, but I could not believe that they've listened to Coheed and Cambria and the .hack soundtrack back to back, and Fallout music. And they listened to like another song, like another old-timey song that Bird's a big fan of. It was just wild. It was like, it felt like we were somehow psychically controlling the aux. Like, I've never stopped playing my own music at a campground because I was vibing so hard with the next door neighbor's music. That shit was wild. I really gotta pee. He's on his way back. He's coming back. Is Mamimi still my favorite anime character? I don't know if I said she was my favorite character in Fooly Cooly. I don't know if she was ever outright my favorite anime character, unless I say so in that video, but I like her a lot. She's great. She's up there. I don't know if I have a favorite anime character right now. I've got a bunch of candidates, but I'd have to rewatch all their shows to really make a choice, I think. Actually, maybe Anthe from Utena. Anthe Himemiya. But if you want me to explain why, that's going to be a rant. Gary Always at $2 says, someone there clocked you, wanted to draw you over. What does that mean?
Just to let you know real quick, I can't hear what you're saying from that campground at all.
Oh, that's nice. What are you talking about, Gary? He said it was definitely someone who recognized you and they were trying to draw you out. No, dude, they wanted you to come over. Oh, he's talking about the people at the campsite next to us. Someone there clocked you, wanted to draw you over. He's saying that they knew who we were. No, they didn't.
What are you talking about?
I was talking. No, about the fact that they were listening to the same music that we like.
Oh,
no, it was dark when we showed up. Was truly incidental. There's no way they would have noticed who we were at all. Like, we showed up at night. They didn't register us at all. That girl was just, she was clearly into Coheed and Cambria in high school. Like, the way that she was describing The Light in the Glass, because she was comparing it to The Used. They were talking about, like, music they liked back then. I think she was having a moment and wanted to hear, because it's a very emotional song. If you know The Light in the Glass, it's like the slowest, longest, most emotional, most, like, ballad of a Coheed song. Very much a chick song.
It's giving a moment.
Yeah, it was very much giving a moment. God. But the .hack coming right after that was the real shock. That's when I was like, what the fuck? They're listening to .hack. Oh, and before that, they had also been listening to Fly By Chinatown, and that's like a song I only know because I've heard it in like city pop compilation, like YouTube autoplay. So I think a lot of this is stuff that you could just encounter because maybe YouTube, if you listen to city pop playlist, there's like a non-zero chance YouTube plays you .hack sign, uh, you know, 2-hour playlist or whatever. Like that's something that comes up for me on YouTube is like just .hack. Here's all the .hack music. Bam, 3-hour video. So I just think they're our age. I just think it was people who are into all the same shit that we're into. They're camping. They're listening to old-timey music and anime music, and it's just the same vibe. It's just not something that happens all the time. But also, it's our first time camping at a brewery. So, like, if our people were going to be somewhere, it was going to be at the fucking brewery campground. We've got another super chat from Your Online Lover for $1.99. Thank you. Favorite conspiracy theories? Ooh, you go first. I have to pee, and I know you must have favorite conspiracy theories.
Mothman?
You could talk about Mothman, because we just went to the Mothman.
I don't got a whole lot to talk. I don't think the Mothman's real.
Well, what is your favorite conspiracy theory? It doesn't have to be because you think it's real, just that you like it.
I mean, because of the iconic way that it was brought up, they're putting fluoride in the water to turn the frickin' frogs gay. That was a pretty good one. Oh, whoa, what the fuck was that? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I hardly know anything about the real American justice system. Why would I care about conspiracy theories? He's not real. Mothman, sorry. B yelled from over there, talk about Mothman, and he's not real. It's very much just a thing that a bunch of people made up so that people would come to Point Pleasant, West Virginia, which is a lovely place. We enjoyed it. Kind of cool. Not a whole lot to do there, but, whatever. I don't know. I'm more curious about, was this a rant request?
Yeah.
Oh.
The conspiracy theory.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot to say about this. I was more curious about, where are there other campground breweries? Does that exist?
Good question. My favorite conspiracy theories, the government did 9/11.
Well, that one's just true.
See, this is where you have to acknowledge that even if you think it's true, it is still considered a conspiracy theory.
I had someone I went to high school with the other day go not to be a conspiracy theorist, but I feel like Instagram is hiding my posts about Gaza, and it's like, that's not a conspiracy theory.
That's
they
just
are
true,
doing that.
yeah.
What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, theory just means I don't have the proof, but I know it's true. Like the definition of theory in scientific terms.
But if you're posting posts about Gaza and they're getting removed and you're aware of that, that is you could get proof out of it.
I just think the problem is the way that we use the phrase conspiracy theory in culture, where we're talking about the Mothman, calling the Mothman a conspiracy theory. No, nobody thinks it's real, except for crazy people.
Yeah.
If you go to the Mothman Museum, it is very they're trying to beat around the bush about it to be cute, but it's pretty explicitly a couple that was a young couple fucking around, saw a bird and it scared them. There's theories about literally what bird it probably was, an uncommon large crane or whatever. And
or
they
an
went,
weaselfinch,
it's a
maybe.
Mothman. Yeah, there's a similar thing in Hampton Roads called at Fort Monroe called the ouzelfinch, where a guy just insisted he saw this weird bird called an ouzelfinch, and then a bunch of other people thought this was funny because he kept bringing it up at bars, so they all started telling the ouzelfinch story until it became a local urban legend. So Mothman is something similar, but the reason that it's stuck is that 13 months after the first Mothman sighting, the bridge to Ohio, connecting Ohio and West Virginia, fell. And since the number 13 is considered cursed, and this was the 60s, they made a big deal about, Mothman did it. So that's the only reason the Mothman is like a famous character, is that that bridge fell and people connected it to the Mothman. So when you go to the museum, it's mostly a gift shop for Mothman paraphernalia, but it's also like every excerpt of how this story evolved over time, from some kids talking about seeing a Mothman to a bridge falling and it getting blamed on the Mothman to now it's a tourist attraction where there's a statue of the fucking Mothman in the middle of town. Which you can see on our Instagrams, probably Instagram at Birdstork or at Golden Witchfire.
Yeah, it's in my Indiana Dunes post because
Okay.
Point Pleasant doesn't have enough to post about.
Fair enough. If I became a botanist, I'd create a hemp and dandelion hybrid to release it into the state of Illinois.
Are you a fan of the Phone Losers, sir?
You should do that. Make a cool weed and invade America with it. It's the kind of thing you could probably do pretty covertly and be hard to detect. You know, unless you were telling people that you're doing it all the time. You should really not mention it ever again. Just do it.
If you ever want to get anything done, you shouldn't
Just
ever
don't
say
ever
it to
mention
anyone
it,
until
yeah.
it's done.
It's true. First of all, you'll get the high of having set, like, you know, having your idea celebrated by some. If somebody tells you that's a good idea, that's all you really wanted in the first place, you know. Sometimes. Gary Always with $2 says favorite AMV health segments and favorite ending.
I don't have an answer for this.
Man, shit. Fuck. So AMV Health 3, I watched a lot of times. I mean, the little intersectional beep 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 beeps are really fun. Banana Phone, the whole.
Is Banana Phone an AMV thing?
There's
I
a.
thought it was just a Banana Phone.
It's a song. It's an old song, but there's in AMV Hell. There's a bit where. You know what Azumanga Daioh looks like, right?
Yeah.
You know how there's the little girl with the pigtails? Can you picture like a little
Yes.
girl? Yeah. So the one there's like the girl Osaka, the one with just like long black hair who looks very vacant and is very vacant. She sometimes just spaces out in class and has like these dream sequences. That's why the hello every nyan. That's Osaka's dream sequence.
Hello, everyone.
And that's supposed to be Chio-chan.
How are you?
Chio-chan.
Fine, thank you.
I love that you haven't seen the show.
I
but you
wish I were a bird.
quote the entire clip of that segment. That's excellent. It is the best scene in Azumanga Daioh, and particularly because of Norio Wakamoto's performance. But yeah, Osaka, she one time fantasizes about taking off the pigtails, like just removing them, and it causes Chio-chan to instantly die. She just like whites out and falls to the ground dead. And so, and then Osaka freaks out. So there's like a segment in AMV Hell, because they look like kind of like bananas, and I think there's a part where she holds it up to her ear like a phone. So hence Banana Phone. Honestly, every single part of AMV Hell 3 is pretty important to me because like there's a lot of pop culture I learned about through that, where like a lot of the music that's in it I had never heard before. And it's just because like my parents have very particular taste, where like I just grew up with 90s alternative like rock and metal and like, and then later pop from the like late 90s 2000s. So like a lot of 80s, because there's a ton of 80s music. I would say most especially 80s, maybe a little bit of 70s, but there's a ton of 80s music in AMV Hell 3 that I just would never have heard if not for that. And so like when I eventually did hear those songs, I think of those AMVs. Like We Built the City on Rock and Roll. I think I might have known about that song, but had never actually heard it. But like when you see Mega Man and Roll, you know, rock and roll in the Japanese, it's just like, yeah, it's such an obvious thing to do. I keep thinking of that. There's one part in there where it's not even like a joke. It's just like fancy editing of Azumanga Daioh set to this really nice song. It's like, I must be dreaming on, binge me till waking. So yeah, lots of good music, lots of just funny little gags in that. it's hard for me to pick an outright favorite, but Banana Phone came to mind first, so I guess I'll go with that. I know at the time my favorite was the Outlaw Star, Bohemian Rhapsody, Star Trek thing, because it's a three-way reference, and I was a huge fan of the song Bohemian Rhapsody, and I knew Outlaw Star, and I knew Star Trek just enough to get the joke.
You want to stream us walking over to the cidery that's across the road?
You want to walk to it?
We close at 6. It's not that far.
Alright, well, we should probably... Oh, I have to finish this beer before we do that. Nino says, joining you from work again. How are my favorite underground Anti-Tubers? We're doing good.
I am honored that you consider me an anti-tuber.
We're doing great. It is sincerely an honor coming from him, because he's like the oldest Anti-Tuber that is still talking about anime. I mean, not on YouTube right now, but he might come back.
Honestly, every time I go to Nino's Twitter and he still follows me, I'm like, yes. I haven't said something too white for him yet.
I haven't gotten kicked out of the barbecue yet.
The cookout,
The
you
cookout.
fucking
Shit.
cracker. Oh my god. Even I work with...
Look, when I think
no,
cookout,
hang
I
on,
think of the
pause.
restaurant.
I work with majority white people. Even they call their barbecues cookouts in fucking Virginia. Are you kidding? Come on. Barbecue? You aren't from San Diego? What's wrong with you? Get out of here.
When I think cookout, I think of the restaurant.
If you like it, you aren't my friend. Shit.
I think
Like
he's talking about Ken Ashcorp. The
I don't even
previous
know what
question.
that is. Oh, what was the previous question?
The guy asked, have you...
Oh,
heard of
I don't
Ken
even know who
Ashcorp?
that is. So.
I've heard of him. I think he was like a brony musician who like became a electronic...
Trixie, your ghetto card is by thine own hand revoked.
It's true. I don't have a ghetto. I talked about this on my last stream, but I found out elements of my family's heritage I could not have known before, because my mom found out who her real dad is like 6 years ago, and he's descended from like white slave owners from the South, like bad slave owners. So as far as I'm concerned, I have no pass. I have no
I'm
cultural cachet. I might as well be considered a cracker.
One side of my family,
historically speaking.
One side of my family is
Product
half
of-
German and half Polish. They escaped the United States right before the Holocaust. And then the other half has been here.
I also have a fourth of my family that also fled here because of the I have Jewish heritage that fled here because
I mean,
of the
honestly,
Holocaust
I
on my
wouldn't be
dad's
surprised
side,
if
but-
most of the white people in America were
don't think
some
it gives
kind
me
of
minority.
combination like that of half people who fled the Holocaust
Yeah,
and half people
half
who
slave
lived-
owners
Yeah.
and half fucking refugees. Yeah, that sounds like America.
I mean, I don't know anything about really the further back history of my dad's side of the family, except for when my grandma was born, she was working on a farm in Mississippi. And I mean, in the way of like, they were white trash.
Yeah.
They were driving around
Not
the South.
living on a farm, working on a farm.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
they well
You
lived,
said
they
working. That's what I
lived
just
on the
quoted you.
farm too.
Oh,
when
okay,
but
okay.
it wasn't like their farm.
Right.
They would travel around and work at different, and by they I don't mean their parents. I mean their parents would travel around. Their dad was an alcoholic and make them work on cotton farms. They literally picked cotton as children.
Ducky said Trixie's a descendant of slave owners. Really no Irish? I think there is Irish in. I literally have four. I only learned this all recently. I've never cared about my racial makeup, whatever. I self-identify as a mutt, as
Well,
given
so-
to us by Wiki from
I like to.
Rat King.
I like that I can know some of it.
Yeah.
But one time when I was on the rap tour, I tried to explain this to the rapper Colossal, and
Yeah.
he basically just went, "Yeah, it's nice that you know all that. I don't.
Yeah. Yeah,
I can't," was more what it was.
Yeah.
I can't know all that.
I honestly wouldn't have if not for my dad or my mom found out who her
I'm
real dad
Nigerian.
was.
Hang on, I'm Nigerian. Amongst Black Americans, even that's becoming a reason to delineate. I didn't agree with that though. Stupid people can't harm my Pan-Africanism.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about Africa. That's probably not that surprising.
Pan-Africanism is the idea of basically being like, hey, if you're African, and we should all be together and not like dividing ourselves.
I don't even
over
think they're
what
like that in
African we
Africa.
are. Well, that's why
Sorry.
it's a worldwide movement.
Because I
towards
follow
it,
you on Twitter, and
it's
I
not just
know.
an American
Because
thing.
I follow you on Twitter and I know, I think it's you. I'm not sure. Every now and then I just see like, that's an
Nino's not
Igbo
American.
name. Fuck you.
Igbo name?
It was just, I think it was Nino that retweeted. It was some guy. No, it wasn't even that. It wasn't even that. I have seen shit like
What
this.
the fuck are you talking about? What is an Igbo
Well, it's
name?
just like random
Are
African.
you saying racist things I'm not allowed to repeat?
No.
Okay.
Igbo's a fuck.
I don't know what it means. What does it mean?
It's the name of a type of people that live in Africa, I think.
Okay.
Anyway, I've seen this thing where like
Much about Africa
people.
either.
Well, I don't, but I've seen like different people from Africa arguing about not being really, or like being lesser than.
It happens
Other-
literally everywhere.
Yeah, it happens everywhere.
And the more racially fixated a place is, honestly, white people are like the least racially fixated
It's a
group.
lot harder to delineate different white people. I mean,
Yeah.
the only reason we did it to the Irish is because they had red hair and we could tell.
Yeah. Well, and I guess it's more so in certain communities where.
I should make it clear, everything I say is very much hyperbole.
Well,
and I
okay,
don't know what I'm talking
I'm saying
about.
this, but I'm talking about it like so. There's
Igbo is a language in West Africa. What it was that I had seen is that a guy's name was Ike, and someone went, "Oh, that's an Igbo name." I don't trust what you're saying.
the way I see it in America, there are white people who are like, I'm Italian, and especially people with like Italian last names, they tend to be like, I'm Italian.
Gabagool.
I'm a type of white. There's Greek people who are like, I'm Greek. You know, we got Italian restaurants, we got Greek restaurants. But the bulk of American white people, they just identify as
American.
American white people. They don't care what their lineage is. It doesn't mean anything. They probably don't know it. You know. Hello.
How are you guys?
Good. How are you?
All right.
Doing good.
Good.
You guys staying the extra day?
Yeah, we're staying here
Nice,
tonight.
cool.
I was lucky to have 2 days off. I'm glad it's going to be pretty dead compared to
Sweet.
last
Yeah,
night.
you can keep lighting that if you want.
Oh, I'm just messing around.
Okay, yeah. Oh, I didn't know if that was like.
No, it's just a stick. I got a
Nice.
cigar here.
Gotcha.
What's the dog's name?
This is Mango.
Mango. What's your name?
I'm Kyle. Nice to meet you.
Bird. Like
Bird?
the animal.
Nice.
Nice to
Very
meet you.
cool.
B.
B?
Yeah.
Bird and B. Awesome. Nice to meet you.
Pretty dog. Good dog. Alright. You're staying longer than we are.
I'm not actually staying until Tuesday. I was originally going to do that. I was here with my friends, and I thought my girlfriend was going to come up tomorrow, but she has to work the day after, and it's like, doesn't make sense to come up for the day. But I'm like, I'm still going to stay the extra day.
Yeah.
Chill. Yeah, we'll get the whole, like, probably corner over here.
Yeah,
which
there is
sweet.
someone showing up here.
Oh, yeah.
Later tonight.
Oh, yeah, you saw on the card.
Yeah.
Nice.
But other than that, we're live streaming right now, just so you know.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No,
I
you're
totally
perfectly
interrupted
fine.
that.
This is fun. This is, we live stream while we're camping so that, like, fire can happen or random people can come out. So it's just
Sweet.
fun to talk.
Well, I don't mind being a little part of it. Sorry if I interrupted it.
No, you're perfectly fine. I feel like this is more interesting than us just drinking.
If there's
and
something
talking.
you want to promote, you can go
Yeah?
ahead and shout it out.
Honestly, I don't even have much to promote. I guess just my dog.
No,
Oh,
He loves that.
get the dog on camera.
What was the dog's name again?
Mango. just
Mango.
Like the fruit.
Right.
Yeah.
Hi, Mango. Sweet dog.
He probably liked the attention the most anyway.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Originally I'm from like northern New Jersey.
Okay.
But I live in Richmond right now.
Oh, San Diego, Virginia Beach, and we live in Norfolk.
Sweet. Awesome. Nice.
Good time.
Yeah, that's not too far from here. Well,
No.
a couple hours. But
It's
yeah.
little under 3 hours, but
Nice.
this is our first time here. It's totally worth coming back for.
Yeah, I've come here a few times. It's just like, I like how it's such an easy, reliable spot to camp at.
Yeah.
Plus, like, I'm not even gonna bother like doing grocery shopping or cooking tonight. I'm just gonna go to the
There's food over there.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So yeah, it makes it just like easy to show up and kind of like camp. And plus, yeah, the music, the
The
draft
music
beer.
was cool.
Yeah.
We got here a little too late for
I
that.
forgot there was music
Yeah.
playing when we first got here. Yeah, it was like wrapping up right when we set up the tent, but that was cool.
Yeah. Sometimes I was here like 2 years ago and they did like a full-on like concert. It wasn't even
I was-
at that stage where the where the main brewery was. It was in like the field behind it. They like set up
Huh.
a makeshift stage. They like roped off like different sections. There was like tickets and all
So it
that.
was like huge.
Pretty big, yeah. It was like all sorts of music, like jazz and funk and stuff that I don't even like listen to. But my friends wanted to, so like, hey, let's do it. I'm like, why not? It was a good time.
There's,
Have you been to any of the other breweries around here?
I've been to Bold Rock. So
Yeah.
if you like cider, that's a cool one.
we've been to the Bold Rock near Monticello.
Oh,
There's like
sweet.
one up on a mountain. It's got a crazy view.
Do you think it's closed right now?
Yeah.
So Yeah. But we were in a second gonna walk over to the one just across the street here.
The
Sweet.
cidery.
Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah, no, honestly, I haven't. I feel like every time I come here, I'm like, I go to Devil's Backbone, hang out. I just did, I walked with him earlier at like this trail down the street, which was pretty sweet.
The one just up there?
Yeah, right down the street. It's like grass, most of it along like the river. So, yeah. But I haven't been to any of. There's so many other like distilleries and breweries and stuff around here too.
We got off 64 and driving down that road. It's
Yeah.
like one winery.
Yeah.
And it was, I think by the time it was like 7 wineries,
Yep.
4 breweries, and then 2 meaderies, and
Yeah.
4 distilleries or something. It's
No,
crazy.
this whole area, they're all grouped together. I mean, but it's cool. It makes it so that way like you can really just bounce around and like try different things.
Yeah.
So
We were last night. We were like, "What is property costs around here?" And you know, houses are all ridiculously expensive. You can
Yeah.
get a decent studio apartment for, I think it was 125.
wow.
Yeah.
I mean, the land is just like beautiful out there. You
Yeah.
know, it's like in the mountains, it'll get like hazy sometimes. You can't like see the tops of them. So this is a cool part of Virginia. I like it. So what do you guys normally live stream about? Just kind of.
Lately, we just started doing it. Lately, we've just been doing it when we're camping. We haven't really done a daytime one. I
We
would
basically
say.
like ask people to pay us to ask questions, and then we answer those questions. We'll be like, because they have like the super chat system where somebody can send a couple dollars and like write text with the message.
Ah,
So they'll be like, "What do you think of this?" And then we'll go on like a whole rant about it.
sweet. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Basic. Yeah. Like live conversation ever.
Yeah, and then I think it works better at night when we have fire going because everyone wants to look at fire.
Yeah. No, it makes for a cool backdrop. I'm sure. Yeah. A couple drinks too.
Exactly. Well, the drinks are here.
Yeah, you're right. Sure.
But yeah, we're gonna do a big fire later. I'm probably gonna make steak, and we'll probably have some leftovers. You wanna come over and eat some?
Sweet. Yeah, I'll join you guys for a little bit later. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Well, nice meeting you both.
Nice to meet you too.
Thank
And you
Sam.
too, man.
Yeah.
Dopeness. Live social interaction for you all here on the internet.
We should probably walk over to Saturday though. So, I don't know. I like sitting here, but I'd also like to.
Do we need to pack anything away?
Put the beer away, probably.
We're taking you all with us, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says I share more DNA with African Americans than I would with any European or even East African for that matter. That is interesting.
I'm gonna take a DNA test. Also, Ellen, you've made a friend. Yeah. I don't remember when it was, but like 2 weeks ago we were camping and I said something. Oh, it was in West Virginia, at New River Gorge, at that private campground. And I was like, I'm gonna just talk to people at campgrounds. And I think a mix of it is because we do so much national and state park camping. I don't think people are as predisposed to just come up and say hi at government-owned stuff. But you know, brewery, privately owned, that kind of thing.
Nino just said something that I have an interesting rant for if we want to start moving while I answer this. But he said, as the literal example of what you're talking about, this is to someone else. I can tell you firsthand that acceptance into Black American culture isn't really necessary.
No.
I don't think any acceptance is really necessary
For anything.
unless you personally
Need
can't
it.
take the lack of acceptance. And this is something that it's really been on my mind lately because of this dude Ed Pisker. If any of you, you heard of him because he killed himself like a month ago. This
Why?
guy, basically he had like DM'd a 17-year-old uncomfortably or something.
I remember this guy.
It was some
and then,
stuff he shouldn't have
like,
done, but also it wasn't like a
got-
crime or
He got
anything.
caught for it, and then didn't he just out a whole bunch of other people?
Well, he
for
just
doing the
basically
same thing.
He told, well, not that he outed them for doing the same thing. He basically said, "I'm going to kill myself, and you people did this." Like, he was like, "You people who have created this level of social rejection that I cannot handle." But his reasoning was just simply, I can't go back to my little hometown where everybody knows me and have them think that I'm a sex criminal. Like, he could not emotionally handle that, so he killed himself.
I mean, why go back to the small town you're from ever?
And I'll tell you, it was the most standing on business suicide I've ever heard of. Cause fucking.
Not even Bud Dwyer? Come on.
I don't know Bud Dwyer.
Bud Dwyer was
Actually, no. Yukio Mishima also definitely stood on business.
Bud
Sorry.
Dwyer was, I want to say, a treasurer in Pennsylvania who was accused of corruption, embezzlement specifically, I think. And he was always very staunchly I didn't do this. I don't know who did it, but I didn't do this. It wasn't me. I didn't do this. And he got convicted and everything. And then he did a press conference after he got convicted, holding a brown paper bag. He goes, now, I want you all to remain calm. Then he pulls out a revolver and he shoots himself live on air.
You showed me this clip.
Because it's harrowing.
Was this in front of like Congress or?
It was in front of just a bunch of reporters. It was just a press conference. It wasn't like in front of...
There was a guy who shot himself in front of Congress too, wasn't there? Like a senator or something?
Not that I'm aware of.
Something like that happened once. Nino said Mishima deserved a better Kai Shakunin. I don't know what that means. You'll have to educate
Wow,
me.
Nino's
on
more
that.
Japanese than you are.
He's way more Japanese than I am. He knows a lot more shit. Well, he's I'm not allowed to say the full phrase I have in mind, but a sword guy, you know, a man of swords, a person of the sword, we'll say.
Samurai?
No, I had a different phrase in mind. I'm sure he knows what I'm trying to say. It's a sword guy, you know? Some people are sword guys. He likes the katana. He's a studier of the blade.
That's what I thought I was saying, but
Yeah.
I guess
He said, I'm dying.
Well,
I know the Somali diaspora in America is accepted as black. This is from the Shamanite. Discrimination is definitely really hard. The discrimination in America is fucking insane. I went to an inner city Richmond school for only a short time, and people only refer to one another by their specific skin color. It's that light-skinned
light skin, dark skin.
dude, that dark-skinned dude, that white dude, you know, like, you are referred to by what your skin color or race is. I mean, if it's different if you are, like, Mexican, Dominican,
It's not that different.
if you're any, well, that's just where you get specified by being that. Like, because I don't know if it's just black people have a harder time distinguishing between those races, but like they will be much more specific about like that Dominican dude, that Mexican dude, that Puerto Rican dude, that you know. I mean, if it's Middle Eastern, then you're gonna have a rough time at an American inner city school.
I don't think so.
I mean, they
I'm
don't
gonna
have a problem
say-
with Muslims, but if you
Inner
it's-
city, I'm sorry. Yeah, sure.
there's lots of Muslim people, but most of them are black, more so.
I went to school with a lot of Arabic people.
There's a lot of Northern African people in Virginia. A lot of Moroccans and like actually mostly just Moroccans. There's a ton of Moroccans in Virginia Beach.
They own all the pizza
They own all the
places, right?
pizza places. They own a lot of the Krispy Kremes. There's a large Moroccan. I don't know what word I want to use. There's a culture.
Presence.
Yes, presence. That's a good
All
one. Yeah.
non-offensive words to use for this.
Yeah. Nana says, what I need Americans to understand is anti-blackness is international. It is here, it is in Europe, it is in Asia. Oh, yeah. I mean...
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry. I'm not the average American.
I can't imagine being black in a lot of Southeast Asian countries. I think Japan would be fine.
No, actually, no.
Well, it would be weird, but I don't think it would be...
No, it's not
bad.
even just. It is.
It's bad?
Yes, because I've seen a lot. Well, maybe it's just that they are Japanese black people, like a mix of the two.
Okay.
But they are heavily discriminated against.
I know they don't like their Southern Islanders. They're very
Yes.
dark Japanese people. Definitely discriminated.
Well, is that not
against.
that's the same case in the Philippines, right?
Um,
Like, at least you
I
told
don't.
me that
well,
it
the
is.
Philippines is fucking chaos. Like, but the thing about the Philippines is that, like, for me, being there as a white person, it was just like astonishment to a lot of people. It depends, kind of
Just that
depends
you
on what
were
neighborhood. Yeah, depends on what neighborhood you're in. But I went to some places that white people don't go to, so it was just like.
There's a lot of places we go to in America that people like.
Yeah,
You're
that
here?
people look at us funny, but that's more because we're queer. So that's a whole. I'm used to getting the looks, but it's not for my race. It's for the way I dress and the combination of my unerasable facial hair and the way that I dress. That's pretty much all that does
It's not
it.
unerasable. You didn't finish erasing it.
What do you mean by that? Oh, you mean because of the laser, sir? This laser? Yeah, that's a whole other story. But Okinawans, yeah. There are multiple Japanese races. Not a lot of people know this, but
Yeah, I didn't know.
people who know the history of racism usually are more aware of it. But yeah, there are the Japanese were a bunch of different colonies attempting to colonize one another for most of their history. So, the unification of Japan is essentially a colonization, and they subjugated based on race the same way that we did with Native Americans. They went into those southern islands and they fucking kicked
And
those
they said,
people out
hey,
of those homes.
you're
and
doing
they,
life wrong.
yeah, they decided those people were Japanese now. So, the same way we did with Americans.
Native Americans.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean,
They didn't
I
call
think
themselves
they even
Native
just-
Americans. There was no concept of an America, Fuck Amerigo Vespucci.
America Vespucci did not get here.
I know, but that's what we're named after. America's named after
These are off. Am I
Amerigo
wrong?
Vespucci. I only know that because of Black Thought.
These are
Shout
all-
out Black Thought.
Right?
What do you mean by off?
Look at them. They're not even. They should be even. The
Oh,
arms.
I can't really tell.
Okay.
From the
You
land
see how
looking at it.
this arm right here is lower than
Oh,
that
yes,
arm right
yes,
there?
you're right. They're not even. I had to look at it from the same angle you were.
Maybe my face is just fucked.
Could be. My face is really fucked up. I don't know if people can tell that my eyes are different shapes.
I can. I look at them all the time.
Yeah, but I don't know if the internet could tell. Like, this is me looking straight on. This is me looking sideways. Like, can you tell that one of them is like one of my eyes is lower than the other one? Deeper set. It's a very mercurial face I've got. But I tend to look at the camera through like this half angle. Like, I tend to look in a way that's a little off because of it. So it's like I'm not quite facing head on.
You finished your beer yet?
Fucked up face. No. Ooh, check out the sun.
So, I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think this place is worth coming to if we only have a day at it? Like, I'm getting off work relatively early. We drive the 3 hours. And
Probably, I think so.
I think so too, because it's the same price as most of the campgrounds around us, and it is a guaranteed good experience.
We could also we could stop at one of the other breweries first, have our time there, and then come here and set up camp.
Yeah.
Wake up, do something nearby, and then take off without even really having to visit this, or just do it to get our first beer of the day and then go hike or whatever. Gary always with $2 asked, am I as afraid of Ye as I am
Whoa.
of billionaires?
They aren't off. They're adjustable.
Oh, neat. Weird.
I thought I had broken them just now. Oh, that's awesome. That is so much better feeling. Holy shit. They don't look different, but...
I don't know if I would say I'm afraid of Ye. I think
No
I've
one
been-
in their right mind should be afraid of Ye.
Some people, if you're fucking with Ye, you should probably be afraid of him. I do think he gets people killed. I don't think he's even been quiet about that. I think he's got guys who... Well, I just think if there was somebody who needed to be erased on behalf of Ye, he would not have to say the word. The act would happen, But people don't fuck with billionaires usually like that, or dangerous, rich people
You done with this?
who stand on business. Yeah, I'm done with the cigar. So I'm not afraid of Ye in the sense that I don't think he would have a reason to attack me, because I think I trust Ye's morals more than I trust J.K. Rowling's morals, even though I don't think either of them is
That's
pro-trans.
a really fair thing to say.
But it's also because Ye is not a consistent billionaire. Ye is the guy who, through his god complex, throws his money around. His net worth changes violently, year by year. That's a guy who will go from being millions of dollars in debt to a billionaire in the same year and back again. He fucks with money in a way that is I relate to, but it's beyond the pale of anything I would ever do or feel comfortable with.
Well, so like
It's amazing he's still alive.
I guess
don't know
Ye is a
how
really
he
good
is.
example of why I have a problem with the way you view billionaires. Is like, I could be a billionaire the way Ye is, constantly blowing all of my money for fun, stupid bullshit. Yeah. Hey, guys.
Well-
guess what, guys? I'm gonna build a housing development in Wisconsin. I'm winking. I don't know if you
I
can tell.
think I think Ye has a unique
Hey guys,
talent.
hey, I'm gonna build a really, really good private school where the kids are only allowed to eat sushi and only allowed to wear my clothes.
Like, I think it took an amount of him being successful before people would have the trust to allow him to do shit like that. And the fact that, like, way fewer people trust him than did before, I think. But like, when it comes to money on a big level, it really is just a trust game. It's, can you convince investors that you are going to
Worth
make
the
them
money.
profit, you know? And like, Ye has, in certain categories, made unfucking fathomable profits in quick turnarounds because he knows exactly who he's marketing to, he knows exactly what the items should cost, he knows exactly what they're worth, you know? Like, he's very good at putting a price tag on a thing and selling it to the right people and making exactly how much money he knows he's going to.
Hey,
In
hang
that
on.
sense, I think he's a business genius.
Quick complaint.
Yeah.
I am so glad I hadn't broken these, but if this is a function on all pit vipers, they should come with a little explanation function that, you know, you can do that
Yeah.
without fucking breaking them. Because I heard that and thought, did I just break these? I just bought these. Are you
Yeah.
fucking kidding me? But no, it's intended. And that's,
It's pretty cool.
it's cool. I don't think it's something everyone would pick up on.
People don't talk enough about how Norway and Sweden pushed the Sami people out of their southern homeland.
You're
Sorry to be
telling
Sami
me
in Scandinavia.
that
Look,
a 98% white country kicked people out of their homes
I-
to have a 98% white country?
I don't think there's a civilization that didn't kick the native people out of it. Like, there are native people in very few parts of the world. And even those native people might not have been always
Well, so
native.
I was like-
you go back 5,000,000
So
years
that's the
or
thing. I was
whatever,
gonna say I was
like-
really shit-faced last night thinking about like, well, if you really think about it, no one's native. We're
Yeah.
all from Africa.
We're all from the Fertile Crescent, literally everyone. So everybody spread from there, and then people went, I don't fit in my community. I need to go find a new place. There's weak people here I can kill and take their home. I'll do that.
Probably
And
gonna
it's
be
happened through all of history in all places. So, you know, somewhere along the line in your ancestry, someone really bad did something really bad. Honestly, we wouldn't morally accept even the basic behaviors of people from 100 years ago. So, you know, no matter who your ancestor is. But some of those people never really got to do anything at all by their own choice. Oh, yeah, you can rent this Airstream over here.
I was looking into it because Riley and Mint want to come out here with us. Holy shit!
Where's
I
the,
looked
there
over
it is.
there, that's
Oh, I
awesome.
could barely see it. There we go.
But
Airstream.
Riley and Mint had been talking about wanting to come here, and we.
I'm gonna go pee, so just rant into the
I
camera
was
for a
also
bit.
gonna go pee. I was gonna finish this and go pee, but go quick. We've been talking to Riley and Mint about coming out here because on the way in you pass this really big manor house that's called like the Devil's Backbone Lodge or Retreat or something like that. That made me think, oh, you could probably rent that. I couldn't find a way to rent that, but you can rent this classic restored Airstream for, I want to say, $250 a night, something like that. Full kitchen, bath, bedroom, and then it's also got a couch dealio. And it's almost the same amount of walking distance from our campground at the tent campsites to the bathroom. So, I don't know. I really would. I'm always trying to think of like, where would it be the most fun for B and I to get married? Because we've been engaged for, God, 3, going on 4 years at this point. Something like that. And, I don't know, there's a couple of reasons why we haven't done it. Neither of us particularly love the government and don't want to involve the government in our relationship. But there's also like, I think I, at the very least, am a little bit of a diva and would like to have a fun wedding.
You're not in the. There you go.
Well, that's not on me, dog. You set it up and walked away. You didn't even check your frame? Come on. Holy shit.
It was funny because your arm was in frame.
Just real quick, guys. Just to set the record straight, she said, "I'm gonna pee." You stand right there.
You were in frame when I left.
This is her fault, not mine.
It's just a narrow frame. Oh, I was zoomed. That's the problem. All right. Okay, back to me. I don't know what he was ranting about. It sounded like he was ranting about why we're not married. I don't know how that happened. But yeah, like, Ye is a guy I would be interested in meeting and talking to. And also, I'm sorry, I'm struggling to keep up with what you guys are talking about in the chat, aside from the super chats. I'm pretty drunk, and we're wandering around, and we're talking, and there's two of us, and it's a little more than I can process to keep up with everything happening. So I've just been picking up bits and pieces of the conversation to react to. But you know, if I seem like I don't know what you guys are talking about, I don't. Wow, look at this fucking mountain over here, though. This is why I love being out here. Check that out. Look at that fucking shit. This is the Blue Ridge Mountains. If you've ever heard the America song, I think This Land Is Made for You and Me. Is that America the Beautiful? The one that's like, this land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island. From the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream water. Wait, did they not mention the Blue Ridge Mountains in that? They do. There's, from the Blue Ridge Mountains... Maybe it's from the Blue Ridge Mountains to the Gulf Stream waters. I feel like I forgot a fucking line in that song. This land was made for you and me, though. That's the sentiment. That's the point of it. I don't know how many people that I'm talking to are even in the U.S. right now, though. Based on the time of day, it's probably more Europeans than the U.S., right?
What?
Do you think we got more European or U.S. viewers right now? Or people in Europe, I should say.
I think U.S.
Jimmy, curiosity.
It's Sunday.
Do you consider yourself a European or a American or an African? I know you are Pan-African, but like...
Oh, God. Because you didn't call him Nino. I was just thinking, who the fuck is Jimmy? Sorry, I've never met Nino in person before.
Or all three, maybe?
So it's like... He's just kind of this nebulous person that I do consider a pretty good friend. But it's also like... I've never stood in the same... I've never bought you a drink before. I don't know how we'd react next to each other.
He's about my height. He's, you know, a little more built.
Good.
And he's like, yo,
Oh.
I'm Jimmy.
Oh, well, hell yeah. No, I'm down. No, I need to get on a workout routine with Nino then.
A little more built than me, I bet. Not necessarily.
Whatever. Whatever.
He said, I'm British Nigerian, but I have an American passport. It's all love, bird. Come to MomoCon. MomoCon's in Atlanta.
No, we can't do that. It's May 24th to 27th.
Yeah,
Sorry,
sadly.
Nino, just so you know, I work a pretty standard, regular job. I need like 3 weeks advance notice to request time off.
If there's another con, when is Dragon Con? Because that I always hear is just a
We
party.
just walk through this, right?
So I'd be interested in that. I know MomoCon's big, but
No, there's a... Is there a fence on the other end?
it's also going to take some...
Can we just walk through this? Is it
Yeah, we can walk through that. It's going to take some convincing to get Bird to want to go to Atlanta, I think, also.
I've been there once and I had a great time.
Oh,
I don't
you
know
did?
what you're talking
Oh,
about.
I didn't
Yeah,
think
I
you
went
liked Atlanta.
No, we stayed at a hotel that was maybe 0.1 miles from... You gotta go throw that. Damn ground.
Oh, sorry. I forgot to throw my beer away.
We stayed at a hotel. This was for work last year or the year before or something like that. Actually, no. It was for work during the time that January 6th happened. We stayed at a hotel, and it was 0.1 miles from Atlanta's Hollywood, like the film studios where they do all the shit there.
Yeah. Like the show, Atlanta.
No, well, I don't know that they do that there.
They must do it there.
Anyway.
How can they do it anywhere else?
Well, I guess what I'm saying is I don't know if they do that there or if they do the whole second Hollywood there because of Atlanta, the show.
Oh no, it started with Second Hollywood. Atlanta became Second Hollywood, and therefore Atlanta the show needed to happen.
Okay,
is
well, then
more
that
so
makes
what it's
sense.
like. It's a tax exemption.
Go throw it away.
I can't be filming when I go in the bathroom.
Is there anyone in here?
Alright. We're in the bathroom now. This is probably illegal or something, but
Sweet. Anyway, no, yeah, we stayed like 21 miles from the gate. I got to watch a bunch of really cool cars go in and out of there. And then, you know, we did work or whatever, and that was kind of lame. But after that, I don't remember what it's called.
Damn the wind.
But we went to this really cool store that just had a bunch of pins and skateboards and all kinds of stuff. And it was in a really nice area, or not, I wouldn't say nice, but cool area of Atlanta. And then next to it, I think it was some kind of restaurant that was entirely like black and white themed, and it had a huge black. You know what? I can answer this question for myself. Give me 1 second.
well, while he looks that up, I'll say I had a great time in Atlanta too, mostly because Nino rescued it. Because I went down there with Ben Saint and Devu to visit Ben's girlfriend at the time, Jackie, who the internet has,
Lamau.
some obscure people have heard of on the
The
internet.
first picture I took in Atlanta is a hypodermic needle in a pile of leaves.
Wait, show that to the camera. There is a lot of, but like, I don't know, when I went to Atlanta, it might have been the biggest city I had been to at the time, but anything that was scary about Atlanta is nowhere near as bad as it is in Portland or Baltimore. Well, those are like, Baltimore is the scariest city. Like, just straight up, in the United States, like, if you're just like a casual downtown, like, I'm among the big buildings.
No,
still.
that's the thing. No,
Well, LA also is
no,
pretty
if you
scary.
lived in Baltimore, I wouldn't be going to visit you ever. Ever. Baltimore.
I don't have that big a problem with Baltimore.
No,
that I
no,
wouldn't go there.
'cause,
I know
like-
what streets you don't go down in Baltimore.
Any of them.
No, Pratt Street is legit like fancy fucking rich shit. There's people trying to sell you stuff everywhere.
No,
but
I don't-
don't talk to the guy who's trying to give you his mixtape, but like
Don't talk to the guys. Okay.
the Pratt Street
Um,
in Baltimore is where the stereotype of the guy who hands you a mixtape
Ah,
and then says that's
sorry.
$10. That's where that
I don't
happens.
remember what the store. Oh, it was it's Junkman's Daughter. Junkman's Daughter is the store I went to. It's pretty near downtown Atlanta, and the restaurant I'm talking about is called the Vortex, and they've got a big vortex looking thing out there. But yeah,
I'm sure Nino knows what you're talking about. Moo! Oh my God, we're getting close to cows. Moo! We're gonna have cows on stream, y'all. We're gonna have fucking cows on stream. If y'all ain't super chatting for cows on stream, you don't have a soul. You don't know what money's worth. You don't know what the world is actually like. Cows is the best thing. Hold on, I'm gonna put them on right now. Look at this shit. Woo! Hold up, I gotta stop moving.
we're gonna get close.
We're gonna get closer, it's true. I have to keep moving. I have to keep moving closer to the cows. Y'all don't even understand. There's so many cows and they're so close.
Honey, imagine owning this house with these cows.
Imagine this sign
Oh my God,
existing
look
at
at that
all
Mustang in
that
that
says
truck.
that way to brew
Do you
pub.
see those beautiful?
Yeah, we're in a new place.
That's so cool. Also, there's a trail map because this is the
Check out
campground's
all the cars.
trail. We should.
We should what? We should continue on the trail?
I'm trying.
We
to
gotta
think.
get closer to these fucking cows.
Yeah, they're like the inverse of the traditional cow because they're mostly black and with little bits of white.
It's true. Cows are giant dogs. They're awesome. I totally agree. You've obviously seen plenty of cow content through either YouTube Shorts or TikTok.
Look at that
or
cow,
whatever,
they're moving.
Whatever you use.
Hello, cow.
As I have.
That cow is interested.
They're wagging their tails and stuff.
Cows always wag their tail. Whoa, that was a cool truck.
This is they're trying to keep stuff out of their ass. Trying
So,
to keep the flies out of their ass.
Can you just real quick do a panoramic of like the mountains we're around right now? Because I mean, it's not really visible behind me, but it's not Shenandoah. Blue Ridge Mountains.
Well, I think this valley probably is the Shenandoah
No.
Valley, right?
It might be, but we're not in Shenandoah.
No, I mean the national park is not the whole of what is called Shenandoah.
Oh, I
That's
didn't know
just
that.
the name of the national park. But the
Okay.
valley itself is the Shenandoah Valley.
I love that fences used to be just a bunch of wood stacked on top of each other.
All these fucking cows. The camera can't really do justice to the level of cow that's over there. We gotta get closer.
I mean,
I know that those cows are on the cidery property. Bird is. Wait, I wasn't looking at you while you did
it's
that.
okay. It's not recommended. You shouldn't do that.
What am I gonna do? This didn't get me any closer to the cows. I'm the one with the camera. I'm going over this fence. Oh yeah. All right.
10 cows. It's a 10 cow herd.
10 cow herd. We gotta cross the road. We cannot walk past these cows without crossing the road. Just wait for these cars. It's time. Cows, cows, cows. Yes.
That cow
The cows have all gone home.
No.
The state of things to
I like that one
The truth, they're
just
fucking
eating.
hungry.
They're munching.
They're at lunchtime. There's this one. Do you know the name of the TikTok guy who's got the cow that just eats all his food for him?
No, that's a YouTube Shorts guy.
I
I don't know who he is, but there's a guy.
I assume all YouTube shorts are re-uploads from TikTok if they're successful.
Not always true. Because TikTok now isn't really a viable market. Because every government is banning it because they think it's Chinese spyware. Which I don't have the knowledge to say.
It is Chinese spyware, but you know what every other social media site is? American spyware. On me, American citizen who doesn't want to be spied on by my fucking government. So fuck you, keep TikTok. I don't care what fucking government has my information. It doesn't make a goddamn bit of difference. It's all money. Information is worth money. They don't want China making more money than them. And frankly, it's unfair business practice, which goes against the American initiative.
You haven't seen Parks and Rec, have you?
Not a lot of it. I've seen maybe
I
like
really
2
want to watch
seasons.
Parks and Rec with you because, I mean, honestly, I'm sure it exists. If I could just get a supercut of every Ron Swanson scene, I would love to show that to you and just see
I've seen a
how
lot
much
of Rod
you agree with
Swanson.
him, which I assume is mostly.
It's funny too, because like the
Keep
guy,
walking. I'm gonna get a good picture.
like Ron Swanson is considered in the show like this sort of conservative libertarian, and the guy who plays him is more of a liberal.
He's so liberal,
Libertarian.
actually, that when it was revealed how liberal he was, everyone that liked the character of Ron Swanson was like, "Hey, that's not who you've purported to be the whole time."
He's an actor.
Well, and exactly, Nick Offerman had to go, "I'm an actor?"
Yeah.
Like, when the other thing too is Nick Offerman still does have a lot of the hobbies that Ron Swanson does, of like woodworking
He
and
couldn't be
metalworking and all
that
kind
different
stuff.
of a fucking guy.
He's not. It's just that he is slightly more liberal. Well, no, he is more liberal and probably likes the government. I don't know. I've never looked into Nick Offerman's political beliefs, and I don't
likes
care.
the government if they're sane, unless they're getting paid by it.
Yeah, I mean, that is a fair point. Who else takes money from you all the time and makes your money worth less?
So I actually think this is kind of the game I'm on right now. The reason I'm so anti-billionaire is that I hate the government, I hate government spending, but I think the government spends more money on things that help me than billionaires do, to whom I give plenty of money. Like, not just in the fact that they trade my information without paying me anything in dividends other than like, oh, algorithms work, that's fun. Like, my information's making people rich that I see none of. But like, on top of that, like, everything they're trying to sell us is garbage. Like, products keep getting worse.
Products keep getting more replaceable as opposed to being lifetime purchases that you only have to buy once. Because we live in a capitalist society. Blah, 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 blah.
Well, like the area we're in, I see the American dream here, and I also know that it is in decline because the people here are telling me. They're like, yeah, the matches don't work as well as they used to, you know? And I'm like, that sucks, you know? They just increased the price of transport of goods through this particular road. This road upon which all those wineries and distilleries that we talked about are built. What?
These
What
are
are you
the
discovering?
best glasses ever.
Oh, you can pull in
They
and
have
out.
extendable fucking.
These were only 10
arms.
bucks. I can't believe how in depth they are. That's
I wish I'd
pretty
known
exciting.
about that, 'cause I would have been wearing them like this. They're so much more comfortable. Oh my god, pit vipers are the best. They're not even real pit vipers. I'm gonna have to buy real pit vipers now. Also, old ass gate.
Billionaires love metadata like they love the
Children,
owning class.
like
It
they
makes
love
them money.
children.
Like they love
Billionaires
children.
metadata like they love children.
God damn. I want that on a t-shirt. Fuck.
Watch out. Hey,
Oh, this
come
is a
over.
road. Oh, there's cars coming down the
Yeah,
road.
we're walking down a road.
We're
Also,
on a
speed
road,
limit
ass
14
road.
miles per hour. I hate when people do that.
That guy's going more than 14. That's 20. That's 20 miles an hour.
Yeah, but that's
Look, he slowed down when he saw those old people. And the sign.
He didn't slow down when he saw us. I
No.
was gonna say a bad word.
But yeah, like I've been on such an like I think about something like McDonald's, right? And I like McDonald's. I'm fucked up in the head in that way. I enjoy McDonald's, but I can enjoy it responsibly. I get the McDouble. I get a Diet Coke, you know? And even that's like I consider that to be me. That's like me doing a bad thing, you know, like eating there at all. That's a little bit like you're hurting yourself. You're doing something, you know, it's not good for you. But like,
The only fast food I can conscionably eat without thinking, oh, I'm like actively contributing to my death right now, is Chick-fil-A. It just feels healthy. It feels like, and I don't know, maybe it's the price.
it is healthier than a lot of. I mean, if you're eating
and
the salad,
sorry,
it's not
I
unhealthy.
said it feels healthy. I wasn't
Yeah.
trying to say it is healthy. I'm saying it feels healthy.
I think if you get the Cobb, it's not unhealthy. if you
Cobb's
eat
fried
that.
chicken. I think the other two salads, the Southwestern Market, those are both grilled chicken. Probably your better
Oh,
bet.
I see. I don't think. I mean, but it's not like so much breading that it's gonna ruin your.
No.
The salad's bigger than it needs to be, but if you ate it in 2 portions, like if you got
Sure.
a Chick-fil-A salad
Okay.
for lunch, ate half
Yeah.
for lunch, half for dinner, that's a healthy day.
I know people that will eat Chick-fil-A breakfast for breakfast, and I will say Chick-fil-A breakfast is some of the most unhealthy shit you can eat.
So I'll say.
And then, but sorry, they'll also like get a salad and eat that for lunch, and it's like, well, you're not offsetting all the fried potatoes and biscuit you ate this morning.
I'm
weird.
realizing I have complicated feelings about fast food because like in the early 2000s it was so tremendously unhealthy, and like the Super Size Me documentary made a big difference because it really damaged the bottom line for McDonald's. And so fast food places started becoming healthier and just being more concerned about it. They passed laws that make it so you have to show calorie counts, which I'm totally in favor of. As anti-government as I am, I like certain things the government's done, like forcing fast food companies to show you how many calories are in the food. That was not a thing when I was growing up.
Well, and
Calorie
that's-
counting only became
So,
possible
like,
after that.
to warg into my dad real quick.
Yeah. To warg into.
That's the point of government in the most idealistic scenario is
Protect you from bullshit.
protect you from stupid bullshit that people think they can get away with. Because, you know,
Right.
you look back at like the 1800s meat packing plants, they would put rat meat
Yeah.
to pad out their meat supply. That's fucked.
The point of the government is to be at war with billionaires. So when billionaires owe the government, your government is dead. It's fucked. And that's the American government. It's owned, it's totally bought and paid for. We have Clintons, we have political dynasties. Between the Clintons, the Bushes, the fucking Biden, who is owned by the Clintons, and fucking Trump, who is a dynasty into himself.
Come on.
It's
You think
just
Biden is
dynasties.
owned by the Clintons? Biden is owned by Obama and no one
Obama's
else.
owned by the They're all the same.
Yeah, but you can't say it's a chain, you know. It's disrespectful to say that Biden is owned by the Clintons. He's owned by Obama, and
I li-
Obama's owned by the Clintons.
But
It's not-
Obama didn't even co-sign Biden's fucking
because Obama knows who Biden is. I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
child
I
sniffer
can't believe
Obama.
we're all pretending that this guy
Biden,
is
child sniffer
totally
Biden,
okay.
child killer Obama, child sniffer Biden. There's a difference, you know. Is it more morally okay to have drone-struck children or to have sniffed their hair? What do you think?
Drone struck.
You heard it,
I
you
mean,
heard it here first.
To be completely honest, if you want my actual answer on that, drone struck, because you know who's not going to remember their hair being sniffed?
Well,
A dead person.
are you saying that killing someone is not as bad as raping someone?
Yes.
Damn. I mean, in terms of the psychological effect it has on that person, but what about the what about the, like when somebody dies, it affects everybody else? Whereas
the same is true when they're raped.
that's true. That's
It's not
true.
like
Damn.
rape victims don't share that they were raped with their family, and then their family has to deal with the fact that someone they love was raped. We gotta tone down
It's
the
hard
rape
to
count.
measure the lack of.
We gotta tone this down.
Yeah, people hear you.
All right, whatever. We can walk this way.
I
What
have
does
to
the
go to
warning say?
bathroom.
Well,
There must be one in here somewhere.
I didn't hear you say rape multiple times.
Under Virginia law, there is no liability for an injury to or death of a participant in an agritourism activity conducted
So
at
if
this
you take a,
agritourism
oh my
location.
God, what a thing to say.
Agritourism.
You
What
know?
is the agritourism?
They probably offer farm tours. That's interesting. That's really cool, actually.
Shamanite says, my dead friend keeps me alive. It's a powerful reset. You know?
Well, there's that too. You know, I've got my Uncle Jack. I've got Alan.
Death can be the one in front of the gun lives forever. Fuck it. Whoa, look at all these birds. Hold up. Check
Oh
that
yeah,
out.
they're circling.
Bird circle.
All right, well, we're gonna go order alcohol now. You can stream while we do that. I don't care.
Should I cut the stream off and bring it back?
No, that would be silly.
No, I want to do that. I don't like streaming inside of a place.
Well, you don't have to. You could just like.
Because you can be kicked out pretty easily.
Just put it in your pocket or something.
Put it in my pocket. Like, just have a blank live
We're,
stream going.
well, we're just gonna be in there for maybe 2 minutes.
All right. I'm going to put you in my pocket.
Put your stream.
Should I leave it muted or not?
No.
The
it's-
sound will
it's
be
more-
fucked up. It'll be like a bunch of my pants sound if it's not muted.
Well, just hold it then.
No, I'm going to mute it. I'm going to leave it muted because they're playing copyrighted music.
William and John.
Hey, we have audio again. Apologies to anybody who actually sat through all of that silence just now.
I don't apologize. By the river, just a short walk. Yeah. I thought it was more of a walk. Oops. Oh my god, that's
Oh,
awesome.
we're literally on a river.
Yeah, no,
Wow.
that table, all the way down there. See it?
Hold up, let me flip the camera so everybody can see what we're seeing.
I would say it's more of a creek, but I could be wrong.
Maybe this thing goes for hundreds of miles.
Maybe. This is a great campus, though. So, I've been iffy about bringing my brother here, because, I don't know. I don't think anyone in my family is necessarily as into alcohol as I am. They're I would say,
alcohol, though.
well, I was going to say, they're into alcohol, sure. It's just,
Your brother's into chemistry. He's into alcohol
Yeah.
as a chemist.
Whoa, cool.
Can we walk across that?
We could.
I guess it's more of a drive thing, but
Maybe. I mean, yeah, I could walk.
I don't want to
across
get my
that.
shoes totally soaked. But this place is fucking awesome. What the hell? What a pretty river. Look at that little. What is that? What is this like structure here?
So real quick, I need you. I'm gonna set an alarm. 'Cause this place, I'm pretty sure, closes at like 6. We are going to be buying a case of cider from here because it's very cheap and on sale. And I've already tried one of them. It's good.
Actually, we're gonna sit down and we're gonna drink these ciders.
So I'm gonna take this one off because it's not part of the flight. Do you remember what you got?
Yeah.
I don't remember what I got. I know that.
There's that cider.
Well, I remember the ones. I was trying to remember like specifically what they were. I know.
Oh, you had a blueberry and.
No, this is the blueberry one.
No, that's the blue raspberry.
Oh, you're right. So this is the purple one. Is the
Purple
blueberry
is
one?
blueberry, blue is blue raspberry.
And this one's green apple, right? 'Cause this one's
sounds
also
right.
the blue raspberry is also green
Yeah,
apple.
they have a lot of stuff that's Granny Smith.
Because it's their
Yes.
attempt to tackle hard cider. They can do lower
Seltzer,
calorie.
you mean.
Or yeah, sorry. They're all hard ciders. I'm stupid.
I just real quick want to this river is pretty as fuck. Can you sit in a way where you're in front of the glistening part of the river?
Like here?
No, on the bottom. If you're on the bottom rung. Yes, that's perfect. That's awesome. That's an amazing shot.
Do these glasses look any better now that I've adjusted them to actually fit?
They're fun. I like it. Yeah. Well, I thought they looked cool the whole time.
No, I know. I didn't.
You've got a unique face. Your face is uniquely predisposed to looking cool in these glasses. But mostly from like...
You can say I have a white face. It's okay.
All right. Preach your gospel.
I don't have any.
I kind of have to pee again.
Got a bathroom.
Yeah, I went to it already once.
Okay.
When everyone
If-
was in my pocket, that's where I was.
If you're gonna go to the bathroom, you gotta give me something they're saying to talk about, because otherwise
All right,
I'm just
I'll
gonna
read you
enjoy the
everything that's
beautiful
been said.
serenity.
Let's see. I didn't read anything people were saying while they were in my pocket. So let's see. Shamanite says, cows. Gotta keep moving.
True.
Cows are giant dogs. Okay, we saw that. I fed cows, helped herd them. It was fun. I've met cows when I was touring colleges for 4-H as an agricultural program. I ate ice cream from Wisconsin because of it. Sounds nice.
I've also eaten ice cream from Wisconsin.
Was it special? Was it good?
It was from Wisconsin. I think what that person meant is that they were eating ice cream in Wisconsin.
The best ice cream I've had has been from Brahms in Oklahoma.
That is true.
It's my favorite fast food place. Baby Jersey cows are so cute. They almost look like baby deers.
How is a Jersey cow?
I love all cows. My dad thinks Nick Offerman is a Freemason because of that.
Because of
I don't know
I
anything
mean-
about the Freemasons.
I'll level with you right now. My great-grandfather was a Freemason and encouraged me to become one. I don't know how to do that. I don't know the steps, but I was in a family with a Freemason. He was a really cool guy. That's all. That's my knowledge on Freemasons.
Gary always says I'm paid by the government and I don't like them either. Shamanite says billionaires love metadata. Like, oh, yeah, I read that already.
Yeah, I know.
Remember Endless Just Politics videos? I do.
No, I don't.
What's up, Trixie and Bird? Happy Sunday. Nice glasses, Bird.
Happy Sunday and thank you. I am quickly growing to love them.
can't enjoy McDonald's anymore. They're trying to claim they're an upscale restaurant in America when they don't put in effort they do in other countries. They're upcharging for the same cheap food. Yeah.
Well,
No, their food has gotten better since the early 2000s.
Their food in the Americas has definitely gotten better. I just think in other countries they are more encouraged to cook food that is more in alignment with the cultural food. McDonald's doesn't have to change its food here because they did it. They created the food standards.
It also literally is upscale in other countries because they charge the same price. Like they charge the same price USD. So like $5 USD, they charge that amount in other countries, but that, like if you're talking about a country where their money is worth a lot less than America, then that's just way more expensive.
You realize tomorrow we're gonna have to go to all of these, right, to get the stamps?
Nelson 151 Pioneer Club. Oh, it's all of the fucking wineries and goddamn breweries around they have a little tour thing. That's great. Chicken minis, a McChicken and a small mocha frappe used to be $3. God damn, that's.
Chicken minis are a thing at Chick-fil-A also.
Greetings from Germany. Hello, Germany.
Greetings from Germany. I hear
it's-
you guys have incredible bread.
It's pretty late for you guys, right? Like midnight or something? I'm not sure. He's probably not still here because they were in my pocket for a while. I'm going to make food. You two have a lovely conversation. We'll check back later if the stream is
Wait, hang on. You're making food and not continuing to watch the stream? I have to be watching something or listening to something if I'm cooking.
David Reichenbach just asked, is that Papa Smurf's pee?
Yes, it is.
He downs the whole thing. How was it? Blue raspberry.
It didn't taste like blue raspberry, but blue raspberry doesn't exist, so that's a hard thing to quantify.
Yeah, blue raspberry is my favorite.
Did it taste like
concept.
Did it taste like Granny Smith apples? Yes.
Okay, that's good. That is as advertised by the bartender. Yeah, blue raspberry. I don't know if people realize this. There's no such thing as a blue raspberry. It's like a flavor that was concocted that tastes kind of like a raspberry but happens to be blue or something, and so it's like the nickname blue raspberry. But like there's a ton of different flavors that are called blue raspberry. Like they're not always the same thing. It's like a generic name for a raspberry-ish like berry flavor. I guess it's basically the flavor version of a huckleberry, because a huckleberry is actually like just a generic name for like 8 different berries that grow in this in America in the West. Germany also has damn good ice cream. I would believe it. Greetings from California, says Ready Fusion.
What part? So I can judge you appropriately.
I made food while still listening.
I'm
to
from
the
San
stream, it says
Diego.
Eventually, good
just
job.
for clarification.
They had to make raspberry blue because red was already taken by cherry. I guess.
Oh.
So. That makes sense.
So is blue... Well, no, but blue raspberry doesn't taste like raspberry.
I think blue raspberry is the flavor of blue food coloring. Like, I think it's just like whatever that
I mean,
tastes
I
like
can
or
tell you,
something.
blue raspberry was my favorite artificial flavor
Oh,
as a
really?
kid. Yeah.
I was never into
No,
it.
full on, I loved it. It was that or orange. And pretty much every other artificial fruit flavoring, like, disgusted me.
I've always been into lemon flavored.
Do you know...
stuff.
Have you ever tried... You've tried, like, Runts artificial banana, right?
I think so. Yeah, artificial banana
You know-
is not
well,
not something I like.
So, that's what I was going to say. Do you know why it's something you don't like?
Why?
Because it's not the flavoring. It's not modeled after our current bananas that we have today.
Okay.
It's modeled after
Old bananas.
What?
Like old bananas.
Yeah, it's modeled after a flavor or a species of banana that just doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
So no one's ever tried it.
No, in our generation at least. I know they cleared out because it was like there's those islands where we basically have made a lot of species of bananas extinct. by
Banana
eating them all.
republics.
The Banana Republic, yeah, that makes sense. I just know that as a
I mean,
fashion
that's the
brand.
biggest problem with like mass production on a big scale, so that everyone can try what everyone else is trying. Is after a certain point, it's not feasible, especially for like fruits. Because fruits just do succumb to diseases, and from, let's say, a capitalist perspective, if your fruit, if let's say even 30% of your fruit are succumbing to some disease, that's a huge hit to the amount of money you're making.
Yeah.
And so you want to breed the fruits you have to not do that.
That's true.
And so you, like with the banana, ultimately end up with a less flavorful, but more long-living plant.
I feel like when I actually buy bananas, it's a real crapshoot what they're gonna taste like. Like, I don't think that, because they don't demark what species of banana this is. It's like whatever bananas we were able to harvest, that's what you got in the store. And sometimes I eat it and I'm like, wow, that was a really good banana. And sometimes I think that tasted like absolutely nothing. I know the ripeness state has something to do with this, but I pretty much eat them all, right? With bananas, it's pretty easy to tell the ripeness state, so it's not a pear.
I don't eat bananas, usually.
I eat a lot of bananas.
Apples and, it's my biggest problem living in Virginia. Cuties.
Oh yeah, we don't have cuties. We only have mandarins.
Halos.
Halos, yeah.
Halos suck.
They're not as
Like,
good.
if you've eaten a cutie and you try to eat a halo, like, you want to spit it out. I bought a bag of regular oranges last week. I haven't eaten a single orange because I don't know that I ever have, and I don't know that I'm going to enjoy what I'm eating when I eat it. And, this is something that I'm trying to beat out of myself, of, like, the weird pickiness that I have going on. Because I've managed to beat myself out of it for, like, salmon and most fish and a lot of the, like, weird foods that I wouldn't eat as a kid. But there's little things that, like, linger, like, well, I don't want to eat an orange. I could just go eat cuties. And my brain has to go, no, you can't just go eat cuties. You'd have to drive to California to do that.
Yeah, it's wild that they're not sold here, because we've passed the Cuties factory many times driving across California. It's right on the main road. So
I've been getting ads for something called a Mandarin Quat lately, and it's
Mandarin Quat.
it's a mix between mandarins and kumquats.
Yeah.
And you can eat the thing whole. And
I didn't know they were so close to each other that they could be crossbred like that.
I don't know that they were, but they did it.
Science.
I'm really
rules.
curious to try it. Yes, science rules.
I'm gonna flip the camera around.
Hey, it's 4:20. Blaze it, ladies and gentlemen.
Shit! Fuck! I gotta blaze it hard. I'm gonna cough my ass off.
Please don't. There's literal children, like 4-year-olds, behind you.
Uh-oh. Hey, Mint is here. Hello, Mint. I'm about to try some cider. I don't remember which one this is. It's either the blonde or the main one. I just basically got their two most basic ciders because their cider's really fucking good. This is not the blonde. This is the Blue Frog cider. Their standard. It's very good. This place is great. We're at Blue Frog cider.
You think it's inappropriate to tell
Check
Kate?
out Bird.
Oh, thanks. Do you think it's inappropriate to tell Katie did, who said this isn't, what she said? I don't want to say the rest of what she said. I think it's inappropriate to say, like, hey, come hang out. I don't know who she is.
I don't know how far away she is, but
I
if
just,
she wants
look,
to, she can.
hey, if you're anywhere near where we are right now, which is Roseland, Virginia, Devil's Backbone, middle of nowhere, come hang out with us. We're going to have a fire. We're going to do a live stream. It's a great place to go. You better be prepared, because if you're not prepared and you keep asking me for things that you don't have and didn't bring, I'm going to get upset at you.
Mint asked if we ended up getting a selfie stick. I'm going to show you.
Kind of. Yeah,
I
it's
got
like a
this.
Gorilla Pod guy.
It's the on-brand Gorilla Pod, which has improved dramatically over the years. Because on-brand, it used to just be a shitty version of
Well,
a
it was like
Gorilla Pod.
all the little
Yeah. Well, Gorilla Pod is
circles.
like that, but Gorilla Pods are just made of better material.
Okay.
So the on-brand used to just be a shitty version of a Gorilla Pod. Now they've got this one where it's like this smooth matte stuff, and this shit is really sticky. Like, it's really, it's got a, it doesn't just slip around. So I like it. It's pretty good. It's only $20 at Walmart. So that's the one I ended up going with. I thought about getting the one that had a charger built in, but instead I just bought a separate I got this
I
one.
do think it would have been more worth it to have gotten the one with the charger.
No,
built
no,
in.
because this fits in my pocket and it's perfectly fine. Look how
Where
thin
was the
it is.
Like, how did the charger built-in thing work?
It just wouldn't have had nearly as many hours or been. I know it wouldn't have been as good of a charger as an independent
Okay.
brick. Now, granted, I got this thin one because I was thinking.
Well,
I was thinking it would hold into this holster along with the phone,
No,
but
that's
it's actually
dumb. That's
exactly
really
big
stupid.
enough. Well, look, if I had a big enough clamp, like I'm sure they must sell a wide clamp, but yeah, it's exactly
They're not the same
big
width.
enough to fit in it.
Like,
That isn't. They're the same width. My phone and this thing are the exact same width.
no, there's a.
Look, they're the exact same width. Closed it. Okay, now you can do the thing.
Is your phone still charging?
Yes.
Shouldn't be.
Why is the brick dead? Maybe it's not.
Brick's dead. They are not the exact same width. There is a modicum of difference.
What, a millimeter?
Look, you can treat me with ridicule for noticing that there is a slight
I'm just
difference,
saying
but
this thing opens up.
it
to
matters
what
when
I'm
it comes to
specific
things
about.
like this. Like, a millimeter of difference
Right.
does matter.
Well, because you're saying it would hold one, but the other one would fall out. That's fair. I was just more concerned about it, the width.
Imagine
the depth
being a
of it.
woman and trying to correct someone on something.
I
Like,
wasn't trying to correct.
I could never.
She's a cool fellow. She has kids though, so I don't know if she could hang out on a whim. The battery pack by itself has a lot more storage. Yeah.
Oh, well, rock and roll, whatever. I really want to plan like a huge camping trip out here with a bunch of people because I think this place would be a great place to do
This
it.
is literally alcoholic mecca.
I don't know. I said this like, I don't know, an hour ago. You were in the bathroom and I was not trying to say it in front of you purposefully. I would seriously consider doing our wedding here.
You asked me if we could do our wedding.
You want me to throw myself in the river right now? We can't do the wedding at all? You gotta walk to the food store? You gotta...
You gotta walk to the job interview. You gotta walk to. I have to go pee. I'll be right
Oh
back.
boy, what a surprise.
You should
Beatrice
tell
has to go pee.
Them about
Can you do me a favor? When you have
Yeah.
to go pee, instead of having it facing me, can
Yeah.
you just turn it towards me,
Oh,
flip
so
it
you can
around so I
face
can
yourself?
read the chat? Especially
Yeah,
now
here.
that Mint's here, you know, someone that I value talking to.
you use this
Um,
to adjust your angle if you need.
Or I don't know, Mint and Riley, but they've all been signed by Mint, so I assume it's Mint. But I don't know, like, I feel like with a lot of Trixie's chat, I don't really know what to say, even though I've been around for a while. But yeah, I don't know. This place is fucking beautiful. We haven't strayed that far from our campground just because why go hiking to see beautiful places when you could just hang out, drink alcohol, smoke cigars, and stay at a wonderful campground? Yeah, we made friends with our campground neighbor, or our campground neighbor 2 neighbors over. We still have to make friends with our new campground neighbors, which should be easy. Other than that, bird time, Mint, let's go. Oh, and then Mint, because I'm on live stream right now, and it's easier to communicate that than texting you about it. What is your favorite part of the campground? It's owned by a brewery. It's next to a brewery. It's next to a distillery with a cigar lounge. While the campgrounds themselves, the campsites for tents, are very close together, you can't rent these campgrounds as an 18 plus. You have to be 21 years old. So you're not going to get that weird element of like kids that are drinking secretly and think it's such a big deal or whatever, or just, 18-year-olds. 18-year-olds suck. The only kids that are allowed are like very, very young children that are supervised by adults, which is very nice. The bathrooms are great. The showers look great. I haven't used them yet, so I can't speak to water pressure. Oh, right. So the other thing, what I was trying to say, I don't know that there's like a house lodge on the campground grounds. I don't know that is rentable, but we do have there is an Airstream that is rentable, an Airstream camper is what I'm talking about. It's got its own master bedroom. It's got a little dinette feature, and then a full bathroom. I don't know that it's a full bathroom. At the very least, a wet bath, as well as like a dinette area, and it's all very closely located to
the regular tent camp, or rather premium tent campgrounds. So to explain how the campgrounds we're staying at work, there's regular or premium RV sites, premium tent sites, and then field tent and RV sites. So the field tent and RV sites, you have to show up within hours to be escorted to your site in the field, because your campground is literally in the middle of the field. There's not a picnic table, there's not anything like that. It's a little cheaper, but the tent campground's only $30, so that's what we did. The premium tent is what I mean. So we rented the premium tent campground, and it's got a picnic table, it's got a huge fire pit, it's perfect. Also, Mint said, kids are the worst. When left alone, they'll fuck with adults. Some kids squirted me with water guns on live stream a few days ago. I mean, those kids are based, but also that does suck. B, Mint was live streaming, and some random kids squirted her with water guns. I mean, like, that sucks. But also like based kids, right?
It's pretty funny. I mean, where? Like in town?
Like, yeah. I mean, well, was that just in town? Because that's crazy. Where were you walking around? Because I mean, fuck.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
It's like I wonder if it was this. Remember?
You also can't like, you can't script live stream content like that.
No, like.
Because that's really good live stream
remember
content.
when we did? There's a video that's like Chainsaw Man is the most hyped anime ever, or something like that I did. It was a vlog that we did at the Nibrock Festival, and like a group of little kids came over and started trying to fuck with us because they saw us filming. And do you remember this?
Yeah.
And yeah, they were like, and we asked them if they knew what Chainsaw Man was.
Well, no,
they
kept asking me shit too, and I was like, I hate you. Because like it was because it was right after a bunch of teenagers like cut me in line and tried to be cool about it, and then they realized I was going to kill them, and then they let me cut in front of them because I was me, myself, and they were 8 teenagers.
They drove by me in a car twice.
They drove by you in a car to shoot you with a water gun? That means people in Corbin are starting to be aware of who you are. That is so fucking funny. Oh my god.
I was walking by the church. I got pissed in the moment, but I saw the hilarity.
That is so funny.
I would be pissed too if I got fucking squirted in the middle of recording. Oh man.
If someone shot me with a water gun right now, I would probably laugh.
What the fuck? Well, this would be a weird place for that to happen. Sure. I gotta tell you this conversation I just overheard. I'm leaving the bathroom. Passed by the bar at the cidery. A place that only sells cider.
What kind of beer do you got? You got Coors?
No.
You got Bud?
3 people at the register. I just hear the man say, "Well, I don't like cider." I was like, no way.
You're in the wrong place.
How the fuck did you get here?
Oh, real quick, just so.
Meanwhile, hold on, sorry. I'm wearing Oklahoma Cider Company t-shirt, so I'm like as cidered up as I could possibly be.
Real quick, just so you know, because we do love this place.
Blue
Toad, hard
free
cider.
Stickers.
Free stickers, free coasters. That's the other thing. If you ever buy a coaster, you're rich and stupid. Just go to a
Dick
brewery.
Masterson. Man, who I'm sure is hot.
Oh, well, whatever.
He's very protective of his furniture.
Well, and that I'm not. I don't think that's bad.
No,
you should be. You should have coasters.
You shouldn't have paid for
just
your
take them.
Yeah.
You just take them.
Well, they're everywhere. They're literally everywhere.
Jesus Christ. I don't know. I'm loving this.
This place is fucking awesome. You can drink cider.
There's the
by
other
a
thing
river.
too of I'm 90% certain those people can't hear us at all because we're near a river.
And everything. We found paradise. We found Elysium. We found Alsatia. I knew if you search long enough, you'll find the path to Alsatia because Galnerius told me. But,
And she's mentioned the Galnerius.
But
it's
that's
time for me to leave.
That's how we made it to paradise.
Holy fucking shit.
Rockwen.
I can't believe I hadn't recognized this until just now. These are not flight containers. They are muffin tins. These are muffin tins.
Oh, that's actually metal.
They're
is
literally
a
muffin tins.
What the fuck? I thought that was a piece of fucking styrofoam or plastic.
That's so
an actual
funny.
muffin tin. That's adorable. I guess we have to return that.
Yeah, no shit.
I literally thought it was styrofoam.
I guess we cut it. Jesus Christ.
Hey people, what do you want us to rant about? Send me some money and we'll rant about anything. We'll talk about anything you want us to if you send us money. You want us to talk about how J.K. Rowling should be murdered? We'll talk about it.
I will not talk about that.
I will.
But if you would like me to talk about how much I hate Star Wars Jedi Survivor, there you go.
Who deserves to be murdered over Star Wars Jedi Survivor? Who do you think would
I forget his name.
needs
Hang
to
on.
be spilled over?
Hang on,
Like, do you think he deserves to die because the game
Yes.
is so bad?
No, not just because of the game, but because
Okay.
of his stupid website.
But there is a man
too.
who needs to die over this.
Um,
All right, Mint says, "Oh, $10. Thank you so much, Mint. I'm gonna head out, y'all. Get ready for the day. Have a great day. Here's a cider on me. Hell the fuck yeah. That might be
Thank
a few
you, Salad.
ciders actually.
That's
because-
going to be a fourth of the case of cider we're going to buy on sale later.
Yeah. Thanks, Mint.
Stig Asmussen.
A shout out to Mint who inspired us to do vertical streaming.
No, not inspired. Literally told us
Yeah,
to.
told us to, but also inspired in the sense that she was making is making a shitload of money doing it. So, shout out Mint Salad. Follow her if you want to see big titties throughout the day, all day. If you want to see big titties at some point today, in a very wholesome environment. Mint's a very wholesome person.
She is. Mint.
By my definition.
It's
of
strange
wholesome.
also because, you'd think, OnlyFans fans of the artist, they're can be very wholesome. Mint's,
Mint's as wholesome as you can be while being a porn star,
Yeah.
I think. She's not...
it's a big draw to her, I think. But anyway, if you'd like to hear me rant about Stig Asmussen and why I think he should be killed, go ahead. Stig Asmussen.
Stig Asmussen should be killed over Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
He is currently the owner of Big Skull something. Big Skull Video Game Studios. I hate him. I really hate him, and I need to stop myself before I give a free rant.
All right, damn. Gary always says Mint makes money on vertical streams because boobs. She does have an amazing rack. But there's a little more to it than that. A lot of people have
Okay,
boobs.
guys, you want boobs? There's children around. I couldn't really do that. Fun thing about it.
It's one part the boobs, but it's also the
She's somehow
availability
a
of the
wholesome
boobs.
porn star, and I think she likes doing it, doesn't she?
She loves it.
Why
She
the
doesn't-
fuck would you do something you don't like to do?
I don't even think it's not as much love as a lack of feeling towards it. It's that Mint.
No,
I'm not gonna go into depth about it because she can talk about
You
this herself
shouldn't
if
say
she feels
anything.
like it. But I just think she's somebody who regards sexuality differently. She doesn't see it as like a weird. She doesn't see it as like, ooh, I'm doing something naughty. She's like, I'm naked, whatever.
We
She just
should
happens
all-
to be really hot.
we
you
should
know?
all aim to be
more
as-
comfortable,
as
yeah.
sexually comfortable and aware as it's Mint Salad.
It's true. Her comfort in being naked makes me feel more comfortable being alive. Just
Makes
thinking
me go like, wow, when do we get nudist campgrounds?
and I know I know she was a little uncomfortable when she was wearing the Princess Leia slave bikini.
I don't think that was to do with
It's
anything
just
except
because
for
she
how
was
other people felt.
she was the only person dressed that risque
Yeah.
at Indiana Dunes National Park, but she climbed that fucking dune in that bikini. She deserves infinite
and
credit.
I
for
will
that.
say, I don't. And she's not here anymore, so it doesn't matter. She's probably not gonna listen to it. I don't think the people at Indiana Dunes were like, "Oh my God, can you believe that girl was in a Princess Leia outfit?" I would bet 99 out of 100 people that we saw were like, "Wow,
Damn.
that's a good outfit."
Yeah,
Holy
damn.
shit! And she's hiking that dune? What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Jessica Flores says, "Are you gay?" Oh hell nah. Some random person who just flipping through channels sees a gay person and is like, "Uh-oh, gays!
See you later,
What's
Jessica
going
Flores."
on? My worldview.
I love when
My
people just out
reality."
themselves, so I can
they
just
usually
jump
do.
in and get rid of them.
It really is like raise my hand. Ban me. Hey, ban me.
Hey, I don't like fun or cool things, so I'm just gonna
You guys
be
need
an asshole.
less ban me in your life and more bond me in your life. Go eat a banh mi. Stop saying ban me and go eat a banh mi. I can't stop staring at this river, by the way. This is so peaceful and beautiful.
Do you mind if I go get a drink?
Go.
Where's the bathroom? Is it just in there?
Yeah, on the left. Look at that peaceful ass river. It's something James Gurney would paint. I don't know that guy. This is the blonde cider. I don't know what that means. Maybe it has blonde beer mixed with it? I only know blonde is a beer term. I don't know what a blonde cider is. The Nelson 151 is alcoholic mecca. We did not know about this. We just showed up to this, all right? What you need to understand, this is all backwards for you, isn't it? You can't read this, can you? God damn it. Interstate 64 is one of the big roads that goes west to east. If you are from this, if you're trying to cross Virginia, you'll use the 64. Off the 64 is a road called the 151. On the 151, or directly connected to it, listed just here, there is Valley Road Vineyard, Hazy Mountain Winery and Brewery, Blue Mountain Brewery, Flying Fox Vineyard, Cardinal Point Vineyard and Winery, Wild Man Dan's Brewery, Veritas Vineyard and Brewery, Afton Mountains Vineyard, Silverback Distillery, Hilltop Winery and Meadery, Bold Rock Hard Cider and Distillery, Three Notched Beer and Bourbon, Blue Toad Hard Cider, which is where we are now, Devil's Backbone Brewing Company and Distilling Company, Bryant Cider and Brewery, and that's just the ones that are all on this list because they're all part of the same club. There were at least a few more breweries and wineries and cideries that were not listed here within 15 minutes of our drive to our campground last night. This is alcoholic mecca, and it all looks like this. This is the entire area. The whole 15 minutes I just described of vineyards and wineries and cideries, it all looks like this. That's the Virginia heartland. That's how they describe themselves, as being in the Virginia heartland. It's literally 15 minutes from Shenandoah National Park. 45 minutes, whatever. We're close. 25 minutes, something like that. Sounds like Bavaria. Hi, I'm from Romania. Love your content. Thank you. Ain't no brother though. This is sister mode. I know I look very masculine with all my facial hair and my big eyebrows. Here, let's take the hair down. Let's see if I pass a little more. If I look all dreamy and shit. Hold on. Look at my lusciousness. Look at how luscious I am. Hold on. Let me be all like posh. Like. Oh, what was that? What was that you said? Yes? Emoto. Okay, with my hair down? Thank you. My hair's getting long again. It's been a while. It's been a while since my hair has actually been this long. But I once had hair all the way down to my ass at the end of high school, so it's not the longest it's ever been. I've still got that little bit of the blonde highlights at the very end. But what's crazy is because my hair, people keep drawing me like as a blonde or like a partial blonde because I did dye it a few times a few years ago. But it's just gray. I'm just super gray in the front. Very brown. Like a mid-brown for most of it, and then the end is just dyed, and I've never cut that off. But, you know, it was originally, it was like half, because it was this long, so it was half blonde, half regular, and then it's just kept growing out since. So the blonde tips have become a part of the whole steez. Let's do like more of a, let's try a wife mom thing, right? The whole, was it you, Gary, who you posted the celebrating anime moms, and it's just like 18 pictures of girls with side-tie ponytails? Most of whom probably died in the first episode of their shows. And here you go, mommy mode. Oh wait, I fucked up my goddamn. Alright. Looks like shit. Hold on. Can I fix that? Well, that's not so bad. It's a little lopsided. Native American with my hair like this. No, that feels strange. With the beard, it feels strange. I think I can pull it off without as much facial hair. There's no other anime mom haircut. It's kind of true. They do tend to go for that. They tend to go for... It needs to be a little wavier, though. My hair has been very, very damaged. It's mostly broken. And, I also am almost always wearing it in a ponytail. Because, I like having full peripheral vision. That's the main thing. When your hair's like this, you see your hair. And, like, if you ever watch, like, emo musicians, it's the funniest shit. Because back in the emo days, everybody's hair was doing this. But, like, your instinct when your hair is like this is to do that. So, like, in interviews with all the emo musicians where they had the hair flip, they would just constantly be tossing their head back. Like, oh, yeah, so, yeah, I learned how to play guitar when, like, I was, like, 14, you know? Like, they'd just be fucking so obsessively trying to get the goddamn... I'm sure it's because most of them probably didn't have that hairstyle until their publicist told them to, you know? Because it was just a hot thing, but, like, it's not natural. It doesn't feel right to have your hair like that. Like, even just having your long hair down is nowhere near as, like, painful as the hair flip thing is, where it's, like, deliberately in front of your eyes. And even when I was, like, a teenager, like, you know, I'm supposed to think these boys are cute, and a lot of girls do, but watching them do this all the time, it really, just like, dude, you know, like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it to make a fashion statement to wear out your neck trying to fucking get your hair out of your eyes like that, you know? And people are still wearing their hair that way. Fashion slaves. I could never be one. However cool Lady Gaga makes it look, I can't do it. You know, she occupies that space, so I don't have to, is the way I look at it. Hello from Germany. I'm glad you're still up. I thought, how far ahead is Germany? Are you guys, like, I'm at GMT -4, I think. So we're in daylight savings time. So yeah, it should be GMT -4. I don't know what, I know not Europe. I know Britain, Great Britain is like, well, that's where Greenwich is, right? Like, that's where the standard time is, I think. So Germany's probably like +2 or +3 or something. Why did I skip the laser treatment? It's honestly, so the story, unfortunately, comes down to politics. My dad paid for me to get the facial laser hair removal in 2021 when we were living with my parents in Huntington Beach, California. This is an embarrassing story, not for me, but for my dad, but, you know, it is what it is. So COVID happened. This wasn't totally unreasonable, right? We were living with my parents and my granddad. My dad was very afraid of my mom or my granddad, who were at risk of getting COVID. He thought, they could die. So he was very worried about getting all of the shots. And me and Bird were afraid of getting the shots. Particularly Bird, because we were told that men in his age range, and particularly of his height, were at increased risk when it comes to the vaccines. Now, there was information going in all directions about this shit, depending on where you get your information from. My dad got his information from the kinds of sources that say that the people who don't want the vaccine are being totally ridiculous. That was his opinion about it. There's a cool dog over there. I'm going to show you guys this real quick. Look at that fucking dog. What a boy. He just wants to be in the fucking river. Anyway. No, I'm going to tell this story because it's interesting. My dad was very pro-vaccine. We were not. And ultimately, I was willing to do it if I had to, but Bird wasn't. He was just like, I'm not going to get the vaccine. Like, I will sooner get kicked out. And we did. We got kicked out. Now, the company through which my dad had bought me the facial hair removal surgery, they were only 15 minutes from our house when we lived in Huntington Beach. But the nearest location to me when we were kicked out of the house for not getting vaccinated and therefore moved in with my dad's psychotic brother in Yorktown, Virginia, and lived there for about 5 months. The nearest location of the same place was in Washington, D.C., which is 3.5 hours away. We only have one car, and Bird was working every day, so we didn't really find time to go up there. We did it one time. We made it to D.C. So I got 3 of the 10 appointments to have the facial hair lasered off. We only lived with my uncle even then for 5 months, and then we ended up moving back to Corbin, Kentucky with Mint and Riley. We lived there for 6 months. Then we started doing work on the road, and we lived on the road for like 9 months. And now we live with my parents again because a few years passed and a lot more information came out to the mainstream media about the vaccine, and my dad decided that he thinks Robert Kennedy is the smartest politician that he's going to vote for, regardless of whether he's even listed on the ballot. And Robert Kennedy thought that the vaccines were a bunch of bullshit. So now my dad thinks that because Robert Kennedy said it, the vaccines are a bunch of bullshit. Now, do I think I am more trustworthy than Robert Kennedy? Yeah, I do. But I'm young. So whatever. That's why I haven't had all of my facial hair removed. Now, granted, I feel incredibly lucky that I even had the opportunity. I couldn't have afforded to do it. I could not. It's $2,000 for 10 appointments once a month. So you have to do it for 10 months. It's only once a month you can do it. That's part of why it was going to take, I would have had to have lived there for 10 months. And he paid for it 2 months before we ended up moving away. And my dad kept asking me, like, are you still getting the laser stuff? And I'm like, bro, it's not like it's fucking everywhere. Like, you should have thought about this harder before you made this series of decisions. Why not try shaving cream? I shave every day. I didn't this morning because we were camping. But believe it or not, my facial hair is visible even after I've just shaved. It's super dark. This is not very much hair. Like, I don't know if you can tell. It's not long. This is 24 hours after shaving. I shaved a day ago. Like, my facial hair grows in thick, dark, and fast. All of my hair grows quickly. The reason this hair is so long, like, it was up to here 2 years ago. It's fairly fast growing hair. But yeah, no, it's very easy to see. I would have to wear, like, heavy concealer. Heavy, not just even regular, heavy concealer. And even then, like, if I really wanted to go all in, I would... Hold on. Can I please leave the dogs over here? Look at him go. Just look at him go. Very good dogs. The dog fully submerged himself in the water. Incredible. Yeah, very good birds. Let's see some more of that. That big dog literally fully submerged himself. Excellent dogs. Bird is going to be really sad if he misses these dogs. I guess he must be fucking taking a shit or something. 'Cause he's been gone for a hot minute. Yeah, I don't know. Passing is it's a real trial. This is the biggest hurdle for me. I'm not that masculine looking naturally. It's mostly the beard. If you cover this up, I look like an Arab woman. My eyebrows are a little thick, but again, I look like an Arab woman. Or Mortal Kombat character. You know, it's more about the gesture and the way that you behave than it is just about what you look like, you know. Salish Matter says, hello, my name is Sally. Hello, Sally. Or Sally? I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. I'm gonna show you this mountain again. Shamanite, I tried to send a super chat. Maybe it's on the way. I wonder what could. Huh. I don't know what could be the problem there. That's very strange. I think I've maybe only ever sent like one super chat, if I even have. I'm not sure if I've ever super chatted anybody myself. Salish, can I speak German? No, not at all. I know it's called Deutschland. I know Ich will because it's I hate from the Rammstein song. Any German I would know would be from a Rammstein song. You're new to it? Yeah, I would be new to it if I was trying it. To whom did I super chat? I don't know. I don't know that I've actually done it. If I have... No, I don't know. Ooh, I might have super chatted Anthony Fantano once. I think I sent a $2 super chat to Anthony Fantano once when super chatting was like first launched. And I was just trying to learn about it. Wie heißt du is how are you? Is that how I read it? Wie heißt du? Wie heißt du? Or why heißt du? I don't know how you say German letters. But I know they don't read the letters the same way as we do, so. Their big dog is still just like walking around the water. They've got a whole guy in the water trying to get him out now. He looks like he's done. He's very sick of his dog being in the water. Ah, I see Bird heading back. He's got a new cider. And fuck, I just finished my cider, so now I might have to go buy a new cider when he gets back and use the bathroom myself. Okay, hold on. Look at me. Look at that magnificent creature. And those magnificent creatures over there too.
Sorry that took us so long. I was talking to the manager slash bartender here just about like living in this area, and what the work situation is like, all that kind of stuff. You could do it.
Did you see their bigger dog, that guy, the gray one?
Gray one, yeah.
He's been just bathing in these ponds for about 10 minutes.
Of course.
Now.
So they do close in an hour, so we should probably get out of here.
Alright, I'm gonna go to the bathroom and get myself another drink also.
Well, so what I was gonna say,
Okay.
if we're leaving, you can go to the bathroom, but we should just buy that case and leave.
Oh yeah, we're getting a whole case of cider. Okay, well I'm gonna go to the bathroom and then we can do it. But talk to the stream.
Ruh-roh, Raggy. I didn't expect this.
That's right, you have to read the chat too, right? Yeah, that's
It helps.
there we go.
The gets was how are you? Hell? I haven't gotten a soup. Oh man, I'm hiccuping now. Alright. Anyway, not hiccuping anymore. I talked to the woman who manages this place, and she basically explained to me there's not a whole lot of work opportunities outside of peak season, but if you work at all of the places around here, you can make a living and live around here very easily. She told me the best 10% battery. She told me this thing was charging. God damn it. We really need to leave then. Shit. Okay, we're gonna walk back towards the brewery place. Hang on. It's my face. Oop. I sent another one. I can't keep trying. So the shamanite, I guess my best piece of advice slash question for you is okay, that was gonna be my question. YouTube did still charge you. Well, that really sucks, and you should figure that out. YouTube, you suck, and I hate you. I can't believe you're charging people for super chats that we are not receiving. What the actual hell? Some dogs down there. They're dogging it up. There's the other thing too of when I'm carrying this little selfie stick, I care so much less about showing other people on camera, because if you're in a public space, who cares? I don't know. I'd rather you get the more realistic experience of what it is we're doing. Another thing too of if anyone has any shorts they can recommend, preferably with a drawstring, I would really appreciate that.
How'd you get over here?
Your phone's at 10%, we need to leave.
That is true. Alright everybody, we're gonna have to end this stream because my battery's not
Probably
charging.
make it better.
We could probably make it back, but I wanna have
Okay, well,
what is the phone?
whatever. I'm gonna buy
Did
it.
anybody super chat while I was gone?
Nope.
Cheapskates. How can I afford to drink all this cider if you don't super chat me a bunch of money? Who else is gonna drink the cider? You? You gonna drink the cider? No. Pay me to drink the cider for you. That's the way it works, I think. I don't know. I don't understand the economy. I don't understand capitalism. I just spend money. Sometimes I make it too. Shaman, I did try twice. Thank you very much.
We went to Blue Mountain, and I was thinking, oh gosh, and you put it on it.
I won't pretend I understand the YouTubers.
He'll be too busy.
All right,
And
I'm ending the stream
that's
now.
when we walk in. I